Podcast. We are officially live right now for you guys. Let's get this thing started. I am here with the one, the only Sandy Rodriguez, the director of all the crazies, and of course our two special guests today, our real estate edition, Vicens. I almost messed it up again. Look, I practiced it a million times. And Priscilla C. As we get this thing started, here we go. Sandy, hit him with the intro.
From the heart of Kendall, Florida, it's Pass the Mic Podcast. Solutions for real-world problems with real-world people. And of course, those crazy people, too. And now, your host, Eddie G.
Just like you heard it right there, it's Pass the Mic Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this thing started. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We're starting a little bit later than we normally do, 2:30, because they're busy people, man. They're out there selling homes, making people's dreams come true. Yep. So let's get this thing started. Victor, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? I appreciate you coming into the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having us. My name is Victor. I'm the broker of Element Real Estate Group. I've been doing real estate for quite some time. I got into the business right around 2011. With the economy wasn't doing so well, but it was kind of starting to shift back. Mostly focused on real estate. I help buyers buy homes, sell homes. I have clients that help them invest. I do all sorts of everything pretty much in the real estate realm, including title, mortgage, all those things. I help buyers and sellers eventually. What I pretty much do is I help people achieve their real estate goals.
Awesome, man. And Priscilla, do you want to introduce yourself?
So I'm Priscilla. I was a medical assistant for 7 years, and then during the pandemic, I got laid off. So I was already working on my real estate license, and so I took the test, I passed, and I joined Element Real Estate Group with Victor. And it's been a great transition, to be honest.
So you're relatively new to the real estate world.
Yes, I am.
And how do you like it so far?
It's not the easiest because we're in the middle of a pandemic. We have to get used to, the new normals. But, having the right support, family, joining the right brokerage, it definitely makes that transition easier.
Got it. And you said that it was a little difficult during the pandemic. Have you felt the shift? I mean, you've been in it for longer than she has, so you got to see beforehand. Have you felt a shift in the market? Is it more difficult or is it easier?
Right. So it has its challenges, but it just depends. For example, I mean, right away, the way we market properties and the way we're able to show properties has changed a little bit. All of a sudden, these virtual tours have been more prominent. We've been doing a lot of tours where last night, for example, I show up to a property and the clients, they actually tested positive for COVID about a week ago, and they still haven't been cleared. So we actually had to go and do the showing and show the property virtually through FaceTime. So there's been a lot of that. The way we work with the consumers, the way we showing properties, the way we do open houses. So kind of there has been an effect in terms of the way we've shown properties. Also, obviously it's affected buyers, depending on who you're talking about. I mean, people in the restaurant industry, hospitality, think people like that due to layoffs and due to things like that. Yeah. It has definitely affected people who before their plans were to probably buy a house this summer.
Right.
And unfortunately now they won't be able to, or it's just simply delayed until they can get back to work.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
That being said, though, there's people that, to be honest with you, it's a really good market for because as COVID has gone on, rates have really maintained low. As a matter of fact, this week interest rates got even lower. So
wow.
So what that's telling you is the banks are saying, hey, we want you to buy. We want to keep this economy going, and we want you to purchase. So from a seller standpoint, if you're trying to sell your home, hey, now you got a lot of buyers that, are looking out there to buy and take advantage of these rates.
What's the lowest rate you've seen so far?
I seen a rate locked at 2.4,
2.4.
which that was this past Monday.
No way, man. 2.4.
Which is insane. I mean, that
Are you allowed to say which bank or no?
Yeah, I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
Yeah, it was with Highlands Residential Mortgage.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the rates are at an all-time low. They were for a little while. They were really low. Everybody was like, "Hey, you can get for like 2.9, 3%," and all of a sudden, this past week, that just dropped even lower. So the way I see it is the banks are like, "Hey, we need to keep the money circulating. We need to keep the economy going." So the fact that rates have gone down, it just means more buyers out there can now qualify for a home. So if you're a seller, how has that COVID affected? Well, it's good because you're probably going to put your house on the market, and if you price it well, you're going to probably sell your house.
Right.
You know, you're going to probably sell it faster than you normally would because there's more buyers out there. There's more buyers that can basically qualify for that home. As far as for buyers, that's a great thing as well because now you can probably buy the same home, but you get a lower payment because you're paying less interest. The higher the interest, the higher your payment because you're paying more interest. What it's creating and what the current market like right now is what's happening is just now there's a lot of buyers. There's a lot of people trying to take advantage of that low rate, and there's not enough homes.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm in the market myself, and right before the pandemic, I had everything. I'm pre-approved. I'm still pre-approved. I have everything lined up perfectly.
Really? Who's your realtor, man? We gotta talk. All right.
I have everything lined up, but when the pandemic happened, I got a little nervous, and I waited for just a little bit. And good thing I did.
Right.
Because right now I'd be like defaulting on my mortgage right from the beginning. To have another bill, to be doing a lot of these things I just really don't want to do, and it's just a smarter move for me to just make sure everything is staying sustained.
Right, and I'm glad you brought that up because that brings another point. So when you talk about how has COVID affected real estate, it just depends on who you're looking at. It just depends on who. It's been benefiting some people and it's been hurting some people. So there's people like that just bought a home, and maybe they were they were bartenders, they work at a restaurant, or they worked at the airport, or they worked in the hotel industry.
Right.
And right away they're struggling to pay their mortgage and they defaulted.
Exactly.
So there's also that's creating that, the banks have also offered like forbearance periods and things like that where you can
roll it towards the end roll
it towards the end, hopefully. But there's some, every lender's different out there. So there's some lenders that haven't provided those options. And those people are in a tougher situation because some of these lenders, what they'll do is they'll tell you, hey, that's okay, you don't have to pay us for 6 months, but
we're going to double the interest.
But we don't have to. We're not going to put it back on the back of the loan. I don't know. We don't do that.
Right.
What we're going to do is, we're going to increase your interest, or you're going to have to pay a more fee, or don't pay for 6 months and then pay us the full 6 months, and that's not truly helping.
There's no way. I mean, there's no way that you're going to jump right back into work, and your boss is going to give you 6 months worth of rent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something I learned a long time ago, and I know that you're building up on it now, is saving enough at least 4 months at first. Then you want to build yourself to 6 months. But my rule of thumb now after the pandemic is I want 18 months of all of my bills done. Like I have that in the account as an emergency fund for anything.
Absolutely.
And so I had 6 months with the
18 months
business,
is a lot.
but I'm going to shoot for 18 months. And it's okay because one of the moves that I want to do is I'm going to have the 6 months, I'm going to have the 18 months, I'm going to split it in half. I'm going to do 9 months, and the other 9 months I'm going to just put in an interest account. So it's still an emergency fund, but it's going to develop interest on it.
Right.
So just, multiple accounts and stuff like that. I mean, as someone who's brokering people, I'm sure you look for things like that, people saving money, putting things away, doing things smartly as far as financially.
No, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I really feel that I try to focus on is financially educating buyers and sellers. Not just helping you buy a home or helping you sell a home. I try to educate buyers and sellers on not just, hey, here's a house and this is briefly what the process is and I'm gonna handle it. We actually educate them and tell them, hey, this is the exact process and this is how it works, and this is how an inspection is going to go, and this is how an appraisal is going to go,
Right.
and this is what the lender's doing.
All the fees you should expect.
And exactly. So we try to educate them, and the very first question I always tell people after they close on their home is said, hey, you just closed on that first home. When are you buying your second home? When are you buying buying a multifamily, a triplex, a fourplex? It's not, it's not us. It's not me as an agent trying to, I want to
Upsell.
sell you another home.
It's to look forward to the future.
It's me, because I strongly believe in that investing in real estate is the best thing you can invest on, is
Right.
building a portfolio of properties. I've seen what, leaving real estate off to your next generation does, how greatly it has improved the quality of life of certain families. And that is something I believe that every family should want to have something set up to leave to their children. So I always tell them, let's work on, you just closed, I get it. Let's work on in the next 3 years, getting your first investment property under your belt.
Nice,
So,
nice. Well, let's say what's up to everybody. We got a lot of regulars. We got a lot of people who are always tuning in, so thank you to them. We got Carla Crizzo. What up, buddy? I know you're doing well. He's also in the real estate industry. I think he's in Atlanta as a realtor. So what's up to you? Michael Phil, Michael, man, always tuning in. What's up to you? Estefania, I think that's your sister, right? She's
Yeah.
tuning in, listening to you. Jesse, man, Jesse is an avid listener, awesome guy, great DJ. Really good to see you back into the our show here. Adrian Garcia, I think he just started in real estate not too long ago. Adrian is one of the triplets for events that I've been doing for them since he was 12. Adrian, fill me in there, brother. Fill me in. Yeah, man. So a lot of people in here. Crizzo already dropping down those comments. Carlos, I maybe you know him. Carlos Chavez.
That's my husband.
Oh, okay.
there you go.
What's up, Carlos? How's it going, man? Awesome content. He's loving it.
Yeah?
He's loving it. So we're going into you now.
Oh, great.
All right. So for those of you guys tuning in right now, I love that you guys are always tuning into me on Facebook. I know it's a convenience for you. You already have me as a friend on Facebook, but if you can get me on YouTube, that'd be greatly appreciated. It helps our algorithm in YouTube. Really simple to do. YouTube.com/passthemicpodcast. Really simple to do. If you're having trouble, I did a link right before the show. You can simply click the link and go from there. Bianca Acosta, what's going on? Sorry if I missed this, but have you guys seen approvals for people with low credit?
Have we seen approval for people with low credit?
I'm gonna double that question though. Hold on. So we'll answer that question in a
Right.
second. Bianca, my question to you is, what do you consider low credit?
Good question.
There you go. We're gonna go ahead and go with that, and then once she responds, we'll update that question. And let's say what's up to everybody on YouTube. We're also on Twitch, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes Music. We're all over the board. So if you guys are listening to us on one of those platforms, thank you so much for tuning in to Pass the Mic Podcast. And let's get more into this. Let's see. Who is this? Pestilent. I don't know. How do you say that one?
That's my nephew.
Oh, what's up? What's up, nephew? He's all excited. There we go. All right. Bianca, in the 600s. All right. I know normally they look for 750.
No, absolutely. In the 600s, yeah, absolutely. You can qualify for a conventional loan, starting usually like a 620 credit score. That's usually what they're looking for. And FHA is usually 580. You need at least a 580 credit score or higher. Now, when COVID started, they sort of got rid of that 580 start point and they moved it up to about 620 or so. But most lenders by now, they've already brought back the availability of getting an FHA loan with a 580 credit score. So absolutely, you can get pre-approved. What was the question exactly? If I've seen a spike in it?
No, she said, have you seen, or she asked if you guys have seen approvals for people with low credit.
Yeah. So
And
the
she said
answer,
starting at about
answer
600.
is absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So from the
Within low
600
six,
mark, from the 600 mark and
100%.
up, well, actually 620 to be exact, because that was the lowest mark, which would be FHA. Did I get that right?
No, FHA is starting at 580, depending on the
But
lender.
pandemic right now, 620.
Right, because not all lenders have started doing it back at 580.
Okay,
Yeah.
so some lenders still have 580, but the majority you would say 620?
620,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go. So there's your answer. So if you're rocking a 600 credit, you can rock a home. You can rock a home. And it's probably better than renting right now because let me tell you, $1,500, $1,600 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, anywhere relatively where you're going to be working, you can pretty much get a house for that. Honestly,
Yeah,
you
100%.
can own it. I mean, honestly, there's certain things that you have to have financially, and this is why they look for it. You need to learn how to save so that you can do the fixes that you need to your home. If you want to upgrade, do different things later on, so that's probably the first thing I would say to anybody who's got low credit. At least me personally, looking on the outside as a buyer, I would definitely want to make sure that I'm financially secure and very comfortable and have a buffer.
Right.
Because if you go in at the minimum and something happens, you could really hurt yourself. So.
Right. And one of the things I would recommend to people with that low credit that are thinking about it, speak to a loan officer. Go to your bank or speak to a loan originator. Ask your friends and family if they have anybody they recommend, and think of it as going to a doctor for a checkup. Yeah. Even if you feel your credit's low and you might not be ready to buy, you have no idea how many people think they're not ready and they actually could and they're ready to roll. So it's always good to just talk to them, and if see your options.
You can ask Priscilla. I'm sure she could walk you in the right direction.
Sure will.
All right, so Priscilla, let's talk about you. You got into this industry during the pandemic, and you were already in the medical field, which is, right now is hot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, while things happen, there was layoffs. There's been a lot of craziness. I have a lot of doctor friends. I know that there's been a lot of HR issues in the hospitals. Guys, if you're not paying attention, please pay attention to what's going on in the world right now. It's very important that you guys, stay up to date. You may have friends that are doctors, nurses, whatever the case may be. They have struggles too. They're dealing with everything and more. So make sure you reach out to them and show them love and support as well. So Scylla, you got into this, and how has it been so far? How was the transition? What were some of the things that you needed? So like if somebody's looking to go into the real estate industry, what are some of the knowledge or some of the things that you would suggest to them and how to get started?
Okay, so what was always advised to me was, ask a lot of questions. Make sure you interview many brokers. So as soon as I passed my state test, that's what I did. I went and I met with like 5 different brokers before I met with Victor. Okay. And honestly, once I met with Victor, I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be here because I felt like I can trust him, that he would teach me, and that's what you want. You need support. I'm from the medical field, so I'm learning everything new.
Right.
So I knew some things, but it's not the same to have that confidence. So definitely having the right support, having your family support, it's crucial. And then just getting that great brokerage that you can, have trainings, that they guide you in the right way, not just what benefits them, but what's actually going to benefit you as well. Okay. It's super important.
So somebody wanted to get their real estate license, because you have to have a license to do real estate.
Yeah.
Where would you say would be a good place to start?
So I did my real estate license with goldcoastschools.com. So, and it's you have the option of doing it right now. I think they're doing it virtually online.
Yep. And they did open the classes though. They did. I just saw
I haven't checked back.
Yeah,
okay. So I did it with Gold Coast Schools. I did it online because I was a full-time worker. I have a 3-year-old, and I just wanted to make sure that I can do it at my pace. So I did that, and then I studied. I pretty much ate the book. Okay, I studied it like there was no tomorrow because I wanted to pass that exam on that first try. I was like, no, we're not going back again. So I passed it, and then I got out there. You gotta knew it. You just gotta get out of your comfort zone. Okay. Pretty much. You gotta get out of your comfort zone and definitely just go get it and not be scared.
There it is. You just gotta go get it. I mean, how many times have we said that on the show? Just get up, go, and do it. That's it. That's all there is to it. That, a lot of people ask how successful people are successful. It's because they didn't just think about it. They did it. They acted on it. You have to act on the things that you want. And so Bianca follows up the question with, what's a good lender that you know of that does this?
What's a good lender? Highlands Residential Mortgage. Look up Angelo Lamas. He's the best. He's the best.
He is.
So Can I give his phone number?
Absolutely.
Can I give it?
Absolutely.
All right, let me pull up.
Absolutely.
I've only worked with him this past
Right,
few
right.
months, and he's been great. He's also trained me. He's also given me, the mortgage updates that I need. Any question, I just give him a call, and he's there. As well with the clients, I send them clients all the way, and they all call me back like, "Hey,
Bingo.
Priscilla, love him, great."
There you go.
Yeah, so let me give you his number. It's 954-243-5439.
Sandy, you gonna write that down in the comments for them one more time? We're gonna write that. We're gonna give one more time. She's gonna write it down in the comments. The number 954.
954-243-5439, and he can help you wherever you're buying a house. Right now, there's there's somebody from California that's looking to buy a house, an investment property down here, and he's helping him. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what area you want to purchase in. Anywhere in Florida, he can help you out. So.
Grizzle says, I agree with Priscilla. I got that knowledge. That's what I did. Now I work in the biggest real estate company in the world. Real estate can be very rewarding.
It's true.
Very rewarding.
I agree.
Grizzle is also an artist. He does music, and he's dabbled in a lot of things, a lot of different things. So he's very dedicated. So much success to you, Grizzle, man. I hope you keep rocking, keep doing what you're doing. There's that number for you guys. It's down on the comments, and of course, you can always rewind the show as soon as we're done. Yeah, check it out there.
Cool.
Let's get into some of these questions. What does Element Real Estate Group provide that's a niche in the real estate world? How did you get the start, and how long?
Well, I've been a real estate broker now for the last 5 years. Element Real Estate is a kind of a new venture that I started earlier this year. I kind of found myself in a place where I wasn't very happy, and I decided to, I wanted to do things where, we improved the consumer experience, and we helped people buy and sell homes, and also gave realtors the tools and everything they need in order to be successful. So I decided to create Element Real Estate, and pretty much what kind of sets us apart, I mean, a lot of companies have great service. A lot of companies have great technology, just like us. What really sets us apart is our people, is our culture, is our leadership. It's that's the one thing that you just can't get anywhere else. It's what we provide to our clients, and the real feel of what it's like to be part of Element. We really honestly feel like we're a family. We look out for each other. We have barbecues with each other. We come over each other's homes. We do things like that. And
within 6 feet, though, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, remember, 4th of July, you could have up to 50 people, so it's hard to keep 50 people apart. I remember when I heard that, I was like, you could have 50 people in a party. I was like, okay, cool. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, yes, the service is number one. Making that process to buy and sell a home as painless as possible, as easy as possible. And the fact that our mindset is always, how do we make it better? How do we make it better? And my team gets frustrated because our director of operations sometimes like, hey, this is great. We're doing really good at this. This is what we do good. Okay, well, how do we do it better? How do we improve it?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Let's figure it out, how to make it, how to improve on that. And so we're always doing new things. We're always trying new systems, putting things in place to basically make things easier for our clients, and also for our agents that are out there on the field buying and selling real estate. So, yeah.
Right on. You want to add anything to that?
No, I agree with everything. Like I said, as a new realtor, having that support, and I can always count on Victor. I can always count on Yessi, on Angelo, even Mike, like just everyone that I've met at the office has.
They're the ones
been,
that.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you as a new agent? Like, Not
Look
a
at this.
general element, but
He's
just in
taking my
general.
job.
I'm curious. I'm curious. I want to know. What is it like to be an agent, a realtor?
Okay, so coming new to, a new field, like everything, it's always going to be nerve-wracking,
Right.
because you want to make sure that you're giving, at least me, that I'm the type of person that if I'm going to provide a service or if I'm going to guide you or help you in anything, I want to make sure that I'm doing the best possible to provide you accurate information. I don't want to mislead, and that you feel that you can trust me. Because if there's no trust in this, it's not going to happen. So that's my thing, being as knowledgeable as I can, and I can get that because every time I have any questions, and I ask a lot of questions, I'm like, hey, and they help me, So it's great. I'm really happy with my decision.
That's awesome. And did you try other agencies? Did you look at other agencies?
I did. There was one before I met with Victor that it was that one.
Right.
It was that one, and then I don't know. I guess it was because it's a smaller.
He had patelitos in the office. Is that what it was?
No. It was actually late.
I was late.
Yeah, you
Oh,
were.
okay.
It's because he was selling houses.
He was. I think that's something he said. I think he was at a showing.
He was at a showing.
But there was another real estate, but that was the first one that I went to, and then it's all shiny, new.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, okay, I can dig it.
Diamonds are forever.
Yeah. But then, I don't know, I guess I just like the fact that I was going to be working directly with, the main broker, because
Right.
it's not the same. You're going to have support regardless, but it's not the same if you're not, at least for
Right.
me, if you're not learning directly with the main broker, because he's been in the game for a while, you know,
Right.
so.
Right on. That's awesome.
Right, and how I felt was, obviously Element Real Estate has only been around for since the beginning of this year, essentially. So I was very upfront with her. I was like, listen, you're joining a company that, yes, we've been established and we've been doing this. I've been doing this and my team has been doing this for a while, but the company is new. So we're
Right.
sort of like in this just
Rebuild.
getting rolling.
Transitional period.
And
she's like, oh, yeah, me too.
So that's another thing. He was honest, and maybe if it would have been another person, they would have been like, oh, yeah, we're good. You don't have nothing to worry about.
That's really good. That's really good. So, see, honesty does pay off. There it is. I got a question here from Rob. Rob A says, for the first-time buyer, do you recommend a duplex, quadplex, or a single-family home?
For a first-time home buyer, what do I recommend? What do you think?
Well,
I'll tell you what I recommend, but
So far, what I've learned for a duplex, you would have to live in the property for the first time, right?
Yeah.
You would have to live in the property,
Well,
and then
So you don't have to live in the property, but what I think in reference to his question is, what do you recommend for a first-time home buyer? I'm assuming he's going to live in the property, right?
yeah.
So what I would say, what I would recommend is, a multifamily has a lot of benefits, and actually it's a great question because I see a lot of people, especially a lot of younger people, are really looking into making a multifamily their first property, for the reason that basically they can buy a house, they can live in it. It might be a duplex, triplex, fourplex, whatever it may be, but basically by renting out the other units, it's pretty much almost, because rents are so high right now, that it's pretty much almost paying their mortgage essentially, or at least pretty close.
Right.
So a lot of people are thinking, well, I want to invest on a property. I want to have investment properties. Well, you can make that first property that you're purchasing, your investment
property.
and then start saving up again to buy your next property, which would be the one ultimately you want to live on. But at least you took that advantage that on your investment property you use all the advantages of a first-time home buyer.
And this
So-
is with the duplex?
Yeah, with a duplex or multifamily or whatever it may be.
Triplex.
It's
Okay.
becoming very popular right now. It's becoming very popular. We've had a lot of first-time home buyers, especially for younger people that are buying multifamilies as their first home instead of going the traditional route, which is like the single family with the backyard and it's my own space. They're going multifamily.
That's my go-to.
because essentially once you save up to go buy your second property,
I don't want nobody next to me. Get away from me.
no, once you go buy your second property, you rent it both sides. You rent
No,
the
it
duplex
makes a lot of
and
sense.
you're already making cash flow. You're already probably paying your mortgage and getting some
I
cash
didn't
flow
even
from
think
your
of that.
property.
You know that? I
Oh,
really didn't even
100%.
think of that. That's a really smart move.
Now the thing is, you got to be okay. Most multifamilies are out east. Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Hollandale, North Miami. If you're okay living out east and that works for you, where those types of properties are, then it's a great option.
Right. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Rob, hopefully that was the answer you're looking for. If it was me answering that question, I would answer completely different. That was really smart. Like for me, I would have looked at it and be like,
No.
it's what you want. It's what you need. What are some of the things that you're looking for? And then we'll match if it fits your needs, and then we're gonna give it to you.
Now, there's some
But
people
that's
that are
not
like,
really-
absolutely no, I'm not buying a duplex. I don't want to live and share a yard with somebody.
This guy.
Right.
Where's the
You know, and what I notice is mostly people, you know, in their 30s and up are that's the mindset. That's my mindset too. But a lot of younger people that are getting into the market, you know, in their early 20s, mid 20s, are really going into the multifamily and doing that.
I
Yep.
should have done that in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
I'm going through a midlife crisis right now. All right, so Crizo asks, what is Element's main focus area?
So our main focus area is South
Real estate.
Florida, South Florida in general, real estate, sellers, buyers. We also dabble in commercial, but our main thing, honestly, it's residential. We cover area. I mean, we have agents that cover as far as down as Homestead, and agents that cover as far north as Coral Springs, Boca area. So our main areas, you know, anywhere you're kind of looking in South Florida, we have you covered.
There you
essentially.
go.
And
Elements.
as a new realtor, you just kind of go wherever the client is.
And you just make it happen.
You make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're a brand new agent, like I tell Priscilla all the time, you don't have you know, eventually, yeah, there might be an area that you want to have as expertise, but if a client says, hey, I want to, you know, go further north or something, you need to learn that market right away and go there, you know, wherever it may be.
I feel like experience is always a big key to this, and the only way to get experience is putting your feet into the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Jesse says you have to be okay with living in a property and have your renter living next door.
Mm-hmm.
Thumb down sign. My personal opinion, and that's just me, single family first and duplex after for investment. That's just him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Everybody's got their way. That's
Yeah.
it. Like that's how I felt about it. But you made a very valid point.
Yeah.
Like looking at it as somebody in business, I look at it as, okay, when I'm looking for my first time, home, I really wanted that single family home that I could flip, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
after a couple of years, I make 60, 70, maybe even $100,000 on. So I need to buy a property that's going to have a value later on. So buying in the right area for me was more important than buying a duplex. That was just me.
Right.
But what you said made a lot of sense.
Right, and I agree, and the way you're looking at it too is perfectly fine. A lot of people also looking for that. Different families, different people, they look
Different
for
needs.
different things.
Yeah.
There's some people that they're not necessarily looking for that great deal that eventually in a few years they can flip. They just want a great single family home for their family, and
Right.
it doesn't matter. They don't mind paying market value, whatever it may be. So
Magda Loreno, did I say that right? Lorero.
what's up, Magda?
Okay,
That's
so we
our
do
people, that's our
All right, that's your people. They got their peoples in the building. They're throwing up fire signs up in here. All right. All right. I mean, we're running down this thing, man. We pretty much answered a lot of these questions. Any pointers for someone looking to join in the real estate industry?
Like I said, that support is key. Knowing who's gonna teach you and teach you the right way, that's super important, because this is a people business. You need to do things right. You need to earn people's trust, and the only way you're gonna earn people's trust is by doing things and giving them the information that they're looking for, and obviously accurate. And not always what they want to hear, it's what they're gonna hear.
Of course.
So, and sometimes that's the hard part of it. How do I tell this client that this is, this is not
Right.
gonna be it? But
Right.
that's what makes you a good realtor.
Right.
Being able to tell the truth and just
give that advice when it's
Yes.
necessary.
Yeah.
Would you would you say there's a challenge when selling a home? Like, what's probably the biggest challenge you would say when you're trying to sell a home?
Well, I mean, hopefully, whenever you're gonna be in that process, it'll be with flying colors, that there's no hiccups, that the property passes everything, that there's nothing to do. But
Right.
unfortunately, with this, every process, every transaction is different. It's never gonna be the same. Some are gonna be harder. Some are gonna be a breeze. Some will close in 30 days. Some will close in 3 months. So you just don't know. So just letting know the client from the get-go, hey, it can go either way or it can go in between. But just having that honesty from the beginning is
the biggest challenge
important.
now is getting the house. Like closing is not the challenge. That the challenge is
I
getting
noticed
the
that.
house.
Getting that
I went
offer.
to an open house this past weekend, and there was literally a line. It must have been, like, not exaggerating, at least probably around 30 people waiting to get into a house. And I guarantee you, from those 30 people, probably half of them put an offer on that property.
I
So-
got a guy who told me I couldn't see the house because they already had enough offers. So if I wanted to just put an offer, a blind offer, I was like, no, I'm not buying a house with a blind offer.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk
that
about that,
happens a lot.
because that sometimes we need to do that. I get it, the blind offer, but let me explain.
Like, I want to see the
Every-
AC. I want to see the roof. I want to see the more expensive items.
I get it, but there are every time you get under contract to buy a property, you're gonna have what is called an inspection period. Okay, so in the market we're in right now, in certain areas, okay, we do get offers sight unseen. They haven't seen the house, and their thought process is, it's okay. We didn't get a chance to see it, but I don't want to potentially lose out. So let me put an offer. If they do accept it, then I have my inspection period where you can back out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You can just back out.
I think it's like you could do 30 or 60.
Right. So you could well, usually, because the least number you put on that period, the better it is for your seller. So if you put too many days on this, the seller's gonna be like, well, after 30, after you're gonna back out on me.
Yeah.
So essentially, you want to put the least amount of days as possible, but enough for you to at least go into the property and see it. And if you decide you don't like it anymore, then you just back out, or you renegotiate price. You say, well, I offered this. I don't think I want to pay this for the house.
Right.
So I'll negotiate down the price or just walk away from it.
For me, it's been really, really difficult to find something. And I have VA. So for me, it was even a little bit more difficult because VA has a very strict policy on roofs and certain things. So
Absolutely.
when you get when you do the inspections, there's some really
some
important
challenges.
things that you got to look for. But we have one of the greatest rates that you could possibly get.
Yeah.
So I'm
Take advantage.
I am.
But I get it. The property is
Right.
finding the property. Is,
Right, and I don't want to waste my time because if I put my energy in a home, I want to make sure that it's the right choice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course.
And there's a lot of hard-earned money going involved in this. So
Definitely.
I get it, and I'm glad I was able to get you guys on here and really get a better explanation because that duplex idea, man, that's got me really thinking now.
You're
That's got
thinking
me
about a
really-
duplex now, huh?
Shh, quiet.
And there's some that you look into it and the yard is divided and it has that single family feel. So if you find the right one, it might work.
I live out in the Redlands, so for me, it's like I need
Yeah,
the space.
Yeah. You need your
I'm
own
one of
space.
those
You
that
need your own space.
give me the space. I want to put my boat on the side, and I don't want a neighbor talking to me.
Right.
I love the neighborhood, camaraderie, but I don't want a neighbor who's gonna get bothered because something's there. I want a neighbor who's gonna be able to communicate with me, but I don't want it to be where I have comfort. That's me personally.
Yeah.
This is
100%.
why I shied away. I've had apartments, I've had townhouses. For me, homes are where it's at.
Right. Yeah.
That's just for me. This is probably a repetitive question, but do you believe COVID has impacted the real estate market in a positive or negative way? I'm pretty sure we could say it's been a negative way, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, we've had clients that unfortunately, they were looking to buy a home and now they're not able to, as an economy as a whole, yeah, because money, the economy moves when the housing market is good and money is circulating, it helps the economy 100%. So the fact that certain people haven't been able to buy homes, it's hurt. I mean, imagine think about how somebody buying a house, how much money circulates and how much money moves around because of that. You have, a buyer buys a house and, that's, they got to pay for an inspection. They got to pay, the loan officer for getting their loan. And when people can't do that, it halts our economy. Those inspectors, they're making less money now, so they can't take, a vacation. So now, the people who work at Spirit Airlines, maybe they don't have a job because nobody's flying because, that money's
Right.
just not circulating. And now people, at the hotels where people are traveling to, those people don't have a job.
Right.
So the fact that it has halted the economy to some extent, I would say, yeah, overall it's a negative. But I'll be honest with you, I really think I think it's gonna bounce back pretty big. I mean, the fact that rates are really low right now is just telling you that, you know, people, they want still people to buy, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that. And I really think over the next probably, you know, few months, we're gonna see a bounce back on that, just based on the market activity that we're seeing.
This is great. I mean, we're getting a lot of questions here, man. We're getting so many questions. So Michael,
good.
Michael has a question. Says, what's the typical percentage of down payment required when purchasing a new home? Now,
typically, so there's different programs, but generally FHA, if you get an FHA loan, 3.5% down. Conventional loan, if you qualify, 3% down. So it's not that much. And there's actually some programs out there for first-time home buyers.
I'm sorry, but what if you don't get approved on conventional? Right. Is it a different percentage?
No, so well, yeah. If you don't get approved for conventional, then you're not approved. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you can't get approved for a conventional loan, then you don't. But usually if you can get approved, you can take advantage of that 3% down or 5% down, whatever it is. But the lowest you see is 3% down. Right. On FHA, 3.5. If you're a veteran and you can get a VA loan, a lot of times you can get 100% financing. So
yeah, zero down.
Yeah, you get zero down. And there are some programs with conventional loans right now that allow you to get 100% financing where you don't have to put anything down. So those are really good to take advantage of as well. So, yeah.
But there's some secret sauce to this as well. So you may not have to put anything down, or you may have to put a little bit down, but then there's some more other things that they have to pay for, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, in that case, that program
Tax.
is not. Yeah, you still pay your normal closing
title,
costs.
papers,
Absolutely.
Your beautiful hair fee.
Yeah. So I mean, you still have. So even though you don't have to put a down payment, you have to put closing costs. So one good thing to know about buying a house is that you have two costs. You have your closing costs, which is the cost for, you know, the lender lending you the loan. You know, they have their fees. And there's going to be a title company involved that's going to make sure that the property is free and clear of any liens, that there's no, you know, issues with the property. So you have those costs. Those essentially are your closing costs. You also have to get homeowners insurance, things like that. That makes up your closing costs. Your down payment is just your down payment. That's just what you're putting on the house so that you can get, you know, lesser of a loan. And usually lenders require that. So even though when I say 100% financing, it doesn't mean you don't have to come up with you don't have to, you still have to bring some money. And in some cases, you could also request it. Now in our market right now, it's very challenging, but you know, I know there's listeners here from different parts of the country. You could ask for seller closing costs. You could ask for a seller contribution to pay your closing costs.
Yeah.
So in some cases, you know, you could buy a house with very little. You know, you might think, you know, that you need, you know, 20, 30 grand, and, you know, maybe you get away with just buying a house with 5 grand or 6, 7 grand, you know.
Here's what they told me, Michael. Hopefully it helps you. I was pre-approved for 420,000. I was going in for a house for 400,000. At 400,000, I was looking at you know, zero to pay my closing, but with everything else, I had to still have about 12,000, you know, upfront, because there's 3,000 that I had to put for the bid initially. Then there was some, you know, other, you know, the inspections and everything else and the taxes. It was averaged about $12,000, just so you have a general idea. And my realtor told me the same thing. You know, we can ask for it to be put on the back end. There's a lot of different tricks of the trade that you can do to where you can literally sign then live. Instead of sign and drive, you get to sign and live.
Absolutely.
So they are very knowledgeable. As you can see, they're answering every question really simply. Even Priscilla, who's new, seems like she's got a lot of knowledge in this, meaning she's being taught the right way. And I'm sure if she doesn't have the answer, she's got somebody right next to her who can answer those questions. If she doesn't, then, you know, if you can't, then Angelo would be the next step, right?
I normally either call Yessi or I call Angelo or whoever answers
so
the
phone. Whole team is just
I
off
go
the
to
chain.
everyone. I don't no.
Right, and that's the one
Because-
thing is that, you know, like, we have a team essentially. I mean, our team is consisting of different individuals who are very great at what they do. So anything at all, any questions, anything you need, essentially we always have it covered. I mean, that's part of how we provide great service, and how we're able to do this at a high level and be able to, help as many people buy and sell homes.
Right on. Michael has some more questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now he's asking,
Go for it.
when should I sell my home? You might have a seller and a buyer real quick. He says, when is the best time to get your home? When is the best time to list your home? Excuse me. I have been told that the best time is when school is out.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I would say absolutely. Because the highest, statistically, the strongest months in home sales are usually those summer months, when school's out. Reason being, for the most part, many families are transitioning. Many families are, maybe they're moving in, maybe they're moving out. So there's a lot of buyer activity in the months of, July, June, July, August, September. There's usually a lot of activity during that time, and there's a lot of buyers out there. So statistically, you see a lot of activity then. I would say, honestly, in our market, December and January are also very good, because not a lot of people are putting their home for sale during those months. So a lot of people, when buyers are out there looking, there's not a lot of options. So during those December, January months, I know it's it's inconvenient. It's because you have the holidays, you have Christmas, people are traveling, so it might be a little tough. But if you're able to, those are also great months to list your property, just because there's not a lot of people putting their house on the market. So buyers that are looking in your neighborhood, if you list your home during that period, you might be you have little competition,
Right on.
Yeah.
Priscilla, you have anything?
No, you said it all.
He's got it down packed, huh?
Yep.
She's like, I don't. What am I supposed to? Am I here for pretty? Is that what? All right. So for those of you that are listening to us on Facebook, again, I appreciate you guys. Much love to you guys, man. You guys are constantly, with us, asking the questions. But if you guys can, if you get a second, head on over to YouTube. Just open up a tab that's Command T or Control T for those of you on a PC, and youtube.com/passthemicpodcast. On there, you guys can ask the questions that you normally do on Facebook, but it's a lot more interactive, and it helps our algorithm. And really, it's going to be able to give us money to keep the show running. As you know, during this time, on my personal business side, we've taken a big hit, but we're trying to survive, and we're trying to stay in there. So for those of you that can, please watch us on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. Share, like, and subscribe. That's always the best thing to do. There's a little subscribe button on the bottom for those of you that are not used to it. It's a big red button, says subscribe, and then right under that, you should be able to find the little bell notification. That'll let you know every time that we're live where we drop something new, and you can watch all of our cool content. We have some funny stuff, and we're starting a whole new tutorial on how to do podcasting, how to do videos, green screens, and we're going to be helping teachers, educate with OBS and many other platforms to teach you guys what's the right equipment to buy, how to get it, where to get it, and how to use it, so that you guys can keep educating our youth and keep things going. So we have nice, strong realtors to look forward to in the future, and mortgage brokers and everything else. Well, that pretty much concludes it. I mean, you guys want to add anything else to that?
One thing that I would say is for people if you guys are looking to get into the real estate industry, it's a great industry, but just know that, guys, it's a lot of work. You'll be putting in a lot of hours. A lot of people get into the business because they think it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to get into real estate and my time is going to be flexible and I'm going to be able to do all these things. And the reality is that it's not like that. Us as agents, we work a lot. Like the hours you have to put in,
it's like any other business.
In order to be successful, it's a lot. It's a lot of time, a lot of hours. What I would recommend is definitely make sure you get a mentor if you're going to get into this business. And I would say that about any business, really. If you're getting into any kind of industry, anything at all, find a mentor. But especially in the real estate industry, find a mentor. Find somebody that's going to guide you, take you, figure out what your goals are, figure out what you want your career to be in the next 5 years, and sit down with a mentor and get that guidance and figure out how to get there. How do I get to that point that I want to be in 3 years or 5 years? And the fact of the matter is an industry where you're always learning. So you should always be training. I've been doing this for so long, and I still will tune in to a training that I've probably seen 4 or 5 times before, but I'm looking at it again because you're always trying to absorb knowledge to just see what different you can learn from a different person. So just know that's my advice is have a mentor and be ready to work a lot, because in order to be successful in this business, it takes a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice,
dedication,
and a lot of dedication.
Yeah. Just a question that popped into my head: how much did it cost you to get into real estate?
It's still costing me. But so the course itself was like 460 something.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, about 450.
And then you got to do your fingerprints. That's another 70 something bucks. You got to do your background, because it's not just a regular background. I think it's like a level 2 FBI or something like that. So
Okay.
that's another 70, almost 80 bucks. And then you have your monthly fees, if depending on the brokerage that you have. Luckily here I only have one fee, and it's good. It's not bad. And that covers my professional email, the CRM that we use, which is just where we input all of our clients.
Your MLN or okay? Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the MLS, the Miami Association, which that one it's a big one.
That's a big one.
But it's very, very necessary, and you're paying a big price, but you're getting so many tools out of it.
Right.
They have trainings every day. They have meetings every day. They, you use all these tools that you can provide to your clients.
Right.
You can share properties through them. So, I mean, you're paying it, but it's...
How much would you
worth
say
it.
more or less to get your feet wet in the industry?
I mean, I would say just have a budget at least saved up for the first 6 months.
For the first 6 months?
For the first 6 to 12 months, if...
How much was the
depending.
state exam?
$40.
$40. So
Yeah.
450 bucks
that's
plus
the
40
cheapest.
bucks. That'll get your door, and then once you join a company, then you're looking at a few more fees per month.
Yeah.
But on average, how long does it take for a fresh realtor to break their first deal or drop their first deal?
Usually on average, I would say probably it just depends. Some people get a first deal on a first month. Some people take 6 months. I would say a good average is usually about 3 months or so.
3 months. So the halfway point.
Yeah, I would say
Right
it's
on.
usually about 3 months. And the startup costs, I mean, total, what would you say? Maybe like $1,500 with the association and getting your license. I mean, it's pretty low compared to like
Anything else.
Anything else.
Yeah,
I
you think
mean,
about it, like-
if you think about
Yeah.
what it takes, even right here, all this equipment, is it about $1,500? Yeah.
Try 10 grand.
Probably this mic alone is $1,500. So
Sandy alone is $1,500.
Hey, she's a big buck.
So
Great.
So one thing I would say is the startup. I mean, to get into the real estate industry, it's really not a lot of money when it comes to starting a business. And that's another great point that I want to mention, is that getting into real estate is kind of like getting into business for yourself.
Yeah, it's
Sure, you
yours.
join a company and you join a broker, and and you have but at the end of the day, it's you that has to make the calls. It's you that has to show the properties, do the work, write the contracts. It's you that has to kind of
Like
put
any
yourself
business,
out
you
there.
can't sell something you don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You can't. It's just it's nearly impossible.
And even I always tell people this, and there's a lot of realtors out there. South Florida has, I don't know what the number is, it's ridiculous. It's like over
Very
100,000
competitive.
realtors. Who knows? Even if you get into real estate, so how much did we say, about 1,500?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you get your license, guess what? When you go buy your own property, even if you decide, you get into it, you try it out, you help people buy and sell homes. Maybe you decide, even if it doesn't pan out, because that does happen. I mean, there's people, like any industry, like you might get into nursing school and you realize, I hate nursing.
Right.
Real estate's the
or
same
you just
thing.
don't have it.
Real estate's the same thing. You might get into real estate and be like, I don't really like this. I don't like going to show properties and I
Right.
don't know, looking at houses. You might
That's my
decide that.
favorite part.
When you that's her favorite part. There's a lot of realtors that that's the part they hate the most. Is
I love
going
seeing
on.
properties. I love seeing homes. I don't know.
Yeah. So even if you get your license and it doesn't pan out, I mean, at least what about when you go buy your property? Imagine the commission. You buy a $300,000 property, you're looking at $9,000 in commission. that's $9,000 that, goes back into your pocket essentially for buying the property. So,
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of.
well, with obviously
30%
taxes and all that stuff. Yeah.
Income tax,
But-
sales tax, and paying yourself.
But it's always it's a great license to have. And if you're into real estate, you gotta love it too. You gotta love it. If you don't love this industry, if you don't love showing homes and helping buyers and sellers and creating those relationships, then you're just
It's not for you.
it's not for you.
I don't know if I can do it because I don't have your hair, bro.
What?
I need-
What
I
hair,
just-
man. My hair is terrible.
I don't have the Superman slick side thing,
No.
I'd have to put violetas on myself in order to sell houses. That would be me. I don't know. What do you think, Sandy?
You killed me with the violetas.
That was it.
That was it.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any other questions, you're more than welcome to ask on the chat line. For that, we flew through that, man.
Yeah.
We
How long
flowed
have we been going on
30
this?
minutes, 35
What?
minutes.
No.
Not too shabby.
Not too. Actually, an hour, right? An hour. Yeah, an hour.
More or less.
No, okay.
An hour.
No, okay.
Yeah, man.
1 hour. That was quick. It was fast. All right, let's go into some world topics. What do you say?
Yeah.
You want to do the world topics, or you want to go into transition?
We can do both. I mean, let's see world.
We're gonna go
topics.
into
Let's do
world
it.
topics first.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
here we
Let's do
go.
it.
World topics is where it gets a little spicy. You guys are more than welcome to join us on this. This is why the show is called Pass the Mic. We want to pass the mic to you, get your opinions, hear what you have to say, and tell us what you think. We're gonna get your guys' opinions in here in the in the studio. So, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air series is in the works. Will you tune in?
What do you think?
Yeah,
It's a reboot.
it's a reboot. Yeah,
We
Is
gotta see
Will
if it's good.
Smith doing that?
Sandy.
That's the big question. Is Will
Dun,
Smith?
dun,
Because
dun.
I'm not into these reboots where I don't know. It's just
Well, they've had reboots that I'm not the most fun, and they had the original.
I'll give you a great
cast.
example. I mean, I love you ever seen the Rush Hour movies? I love Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, so they rebooted that and it's a show, but it's
Yeah,
not
no.
Jackie Chan and
I
Chris
haven't
Tucker.
seen
So
Okay,
I
so
can't-
here's a reboot.
Fuller House.
Fuller House. There you go.
I
Full
watched
House
it.
and Fuller
yeah,
House.
that was good.
It didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I
didn't
cried a
know.
little
I-
bit from one
you know.
episode.
I watched it.
Boy
I,
Meets World. They did a reboot of that.
I actually like that one. So.
I haven't seen that one.
It was okay.
The
was
boy,
okay.
the girl
Yeah.
meets world.
It's Girls Meet World.
It's
yeah.
cute. I
It's
liked
okay,
it.
but again, I thought both of them were more tailored towards females.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, that was
It
just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, girl power. Whatever.
So I'll probably tune in. I'll catch the first
Whatever.
episode.
Will Smith will be part of it as a producer.
So he won't
He's
be.
not
but
gonna
he's a
be acting.
producer, man. He does some great movies.
I mean,
Some people
I love
don't
Will
disagree
Smith.
with that, though. Here we go. You like Will Smith movies?
I love.
Do
Will
I
Smith.
like Will Smith movies? I mean,
Depending.
Most of them. It just depends. I mean,
Favorite
there's
one?
My favorite Will Smith movie that comes to mind.
Bad Boys.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness comes back. Pursuit of Happiness comes to mind.
Because you cried?
And,
Oh, you
and,
big baby.
and Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys
As a
2.
realtor,
Bad Boys 3 was really
he
good
saw
too.
that movie when he was first getting into realty, and he was like, "The Pursuit of Happiness."
It's so inspiring.
Oh man, he was walking around with his briefcase. He's like, "I'm gonna sell a home today," and then it didn't sell. I was like, "I gotta sell a home today," and then it didn't sell, and then I gotta sell a home today.
That's how it was, man. He was trying to sell those X-ray machines
Yeah, the
or
X-ray.
whatever it was.
And you were selling homes.
Yeah, and I know the struggle.
You know the
I
struggle.
know the
You
struggle.
know the struggle.
Yeah.
All right. Sandy, would you watch it? Reboot.
I would.
I've been afraid to watch a lot of reboots or remakes of movies. I don't know why. I you know what? You know which one really killed me? Ninja Turtles. That one's the one that upset me.
Yeah.
I'm an old school Ninja Turtle lover, and when they did the remake of Ninja Turtles digital, they look cool,
right.
but I couldn't get over the fact that, Splinter was cursing and the turtles were cursing, and it kind of took away the fun out of it.
Right. I think the thing with reboots is that they try to cash in on the nostalgic feel,
Yeah.
and we want everything to sort of be the same.
Yeah.
I feel like some people are expecting things to be like it was, and it's just not.
Transformers
gonna
was
be.
a great upgrade.
It's just not. It's
When you think about it, Transformers, the cartoon, Transformers, even the movies that they had back then,
Mhm.
to Transformers today, were way better. Way better. Transformers today, I thought were awesome. You know,
The movies, the Michael Bay movies,
I loved them.
Transformers.
I loved
my
them.
god!
I loved them. I thought they were
I
great.
thought the first few was good, and then by the one with dinosaurs, it was like
it was. They took it too far.
you're like looking at you're at the movie theater like
You got
what
nothing?
time is it?
You got nothing?
I
You don't
don't-
watch movies?
I do, but I'm more to like the romantic comedies
Oh,
and
man. See,
the
you-
chick flicks.
You see, if I go to buy a house, I can't. I have to have the movie
You
room.
haven't watched the Avengers?
You gotta have a
Oh
movie
yeah,
room.
I watched the Avengers. I
I
watched
mean,
it.
you gotta watch
I
the
think.
Marvel movies, man.
I think. Wow.
I think.
Oh man. Here we go. All right. Non-movie lover.
I love movies, just comedies
The ones that
and
make you cry.
a little bit.
They're supposed to be. I heard something about a Lord of the Rings remake. I would watch that. I'm a little bit of a nerd.
precious. I must have his precious.
I would definitely. That was good. That was good. He's good at that.
Officials say that the stimulus. I'm never doing that again. Officials
What's the
say
good
that
thing
the
it's recording?
stimulus deal won't be settled anytime soon. Negotiations are being stalled.
Yeah. Well, that's politics. Sounds like
How do you feel about the stimulus?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's people right now that need the help. There's
Yeah.
people that aren't working. It's not their fault that
Yeah.
they're not working.
I could be working right now. I have no problem
Um,
working. I'm able to work,
Right, but there's people like that.
but they're stopping me.
They're in the right. There's people
They're
that
literally
are
stopping
in
me.
hospitality. Restaurants are shut down. We don't. The bars have been closed this whole time. So if you're a bartender, maybe I don't even know what you're doing exactly. Maybe they put you to do something else. But a lot of them, it's just like, hey, we don't need you. We'll call you when we need you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot of people are hurting, and I think it's necessary. So we'll see. But I think the problem mostly comes with, these stimulus packages. Politicians try to throw in extra stuff in there, like, no, we don't want this.
Yeah.
No, you're trying to throw that in.
And with the election,
um,
everybody's trying to get that one edge up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody's trying to make it that advantage. So, yeah, I hopefully it comes through soon. Hopefully
There's a lot of people waiting on that.
Carlos says you're a
Yeah.
Netflix girl.
I am.
Favorite Netflix?
What am I watching right now?
It better be a Netflix series.
It is. Oh, what is it? Oh,
I
I
it's
just
so
started.
good. I
No,
can't even
it's-
remember. It's that good. You have no
it's
idea.
alright. Is that I haven't been able to watch a lot of Netflix lately.
Because you're
But I
selling
started.
homes. You're in the pursuit of happiness.
I'm learning, being the student. Cursed, I think.
Cursed?
Yeah, Cursed. It's mystical.
That's how I feel right now.
It's a mystical show.
Like mystical, like shake it fast. Watch yourself. No?
Like, I don't know, like these.
like fantasy type
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
Cursed? Yeah, it sounds like that, like fantasy
Yeah,
witches and stuff.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
alright.
No.
It's okay.
I
Zanny,
can
what's your favorite show?
Lucifer.
Oh, I'm waiting on that one.
I'm
Lucifer?
so waiting on that.
You know, I
Super.
expected you to say House.
Well,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
You're right.
But it's
Is it
ended. The
good?
series
Should I
ended.
watch
So
it?
she's never watched it before. So that's our lunchtime show when we have lunch here. in the
Warning,
office.
it's very addicting. Just saying.
Have
Yeah,
you
super
have you
addictive.
guys watched
It's like
the,
Dexter. Dexter's
the-
super addictive.
Oh, I love
Oh.
Dexter.
Yeah.
Dexter,
Carlos
Dexter
watched
was
it.
probably the first TV show back in like 2011, 2012 that I really got into.
It's like addictive. Yeah.
yeah,
It's one of those things.
Yeah, Dexter was good.
Super.
I've been watching that Michael Jordan documentary. If you guys haven't watched it,
No, I wanted to,
highly
but I was
recommend
afraid
it.
to.
Oh,
I was afraid to.
Great. Great stuff.
Michael says Ozark on Netflix. You know, a lot of people talk about this Ozark. There's
I-
a lot of
I
shows that
resisted.
I can't.
resisted Ozark for a while. I was like, nah, I can't do it.
I can't.
But it's good.
Can't
Watch
get
it.
into
You know what the problem
You
is?
gotta
Is that
watch it.
every time somebody's
Carlos
like,
liked it.
and there's a big phenom around it. Like for example, what's the drug one that?
Narcos,
No,
Breaking Bad.
that one, Breaking Bad.
There's also Game of Thrones.
Game
which
of
I
Thrones.
Can't even get
Never
into
watched
it.
a show of Game of Thrones. People look at me and go, "What? You never
Me
watched it?
neither.
You're in the entertainment and industry and blah blah." I know the puns because you guys don't stop putting it on Facebook, but never watch the show. You know what I mean? Like I can probably reenact the show for you. You know what I mean? Like it's that bad. You guys put everything out there anyway, so like I don't have to watch it.
It just depends on what kind of shows you like. Like what
even
do you like?
even like the Walking Dead. You know what the problem was is that I
Oh,
never
no.
really got into shows.
Don't get me started with the Walking
Now
You
that I
like it
have
too?
the time to watch shows, there's been a few that I've kind of hooked on, but for the most part, one of my all-time favorite shows right now would be Last Man Standing. Okay, that's Tim Allen.
Dead. Okay. That Netflix?
Tim the Tool Man. No, he's on Prime, but he's also on
Prime?
Fox.
Okay.
Okay, so Fox, I think, is the main company who's on him. He was on ABC. Political reasons, I think they took him off because he has a strong standing. He's a conservative.
Right.
Nothing with my political views. It's just his show, heartwarming. It reminds me of, Full House, Family Matters, and all that stuff. And my little 4-year-old, I love watching it with her. She loved The Masked Singer, so I had to, gruel through that. I mean, other than that, I like watching car shows. I'm into like building cars and stuff like that. So for me, those are like hobbies.
So you're not a show guy. You're not like a Game of Thrones and these stories.
No, I watch them and I can't get hooked on them. Lucifer, I got a little hooked on, but
He's a movie head. For sure.
I'm a movie head.
Okay, that's a
big time movie head, man. Like you put a movie in front of me.
2 hours and it's done and you're good.
No, like for example, like Reacher or what's
Lost me there.
Equalizer. When they did those sequences of those movies where they're like they're very realistic,
right?
Or they have like some thing to them that like you could relate to, or those get to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're my thing. They're my thing.
Those are good. The Equalizer is
like
amazing.
John Wick. It's fun to watch.
I
saw that movie.
haven't
You
seen.
see?
Now,
It's
good. Now see, I'm that guy that's never seen Game of Thrones, but I never seen John Wick. So you're probably looking at me like you haven't seen John Wick.
No. I the thing is that with this non-movie watcher over here, I'll say like a movie reference, and she'll look at me like, huh? Like what? What'd you say? Oh, that was pretty funny. You've never seen the movie? You would have been laughing harder. So yeah. I don't think like you had never even seen like Ace Ventura.
Yeah. We used to have it on
the
VHS. VHS, right? VHS.
VHS? I thought it was.
Ace Ventura, that's a classic.
What'd you think it was?
Never mind. Never mind.
Drink your smoothie. I heard it's got smart things in it. All right. A massive explosion rips through a gas station in southwest Russia. At least 13 injured. There are too many explosions lately. I mean, have you guys heard about all of the ones that have been happening around?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in Beirut, that was really popular. A lot of people hit that.
Yeah.
I think it made social media first before it made international headlines.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was
bad.
some volcano erupted recently.
Yep. You had the one in Baltimore where it was a gas leak. You had the one in Russia. And there's a lot that have been like, they're looking into it. They're kind of explained, but not really explained. I don't know. Zillow. Yeah.
That's a lead.
That's a lead.
Of attention.
Go make the money. I'm never going to turn you down. Go get that money. Go get, you know what? Sell that house.
I'll be back.
Answer it.
Hello.
So yeah, a lot of explosions. 2020, man. 2020. That's all I can say about that. It's just.
Yeah, 2020 has been interesting.
2020.
What happened to the murdering hornets?
Nah, I think they're still around. They're trying to. I think I read something about they're
migrating.
There's a town that has gotten rid of them, or they have a plan to get rid of them.
Okay.
But 2020 has been just insane.
Yeah.
It's just been wild.
Sandy's been really excited about the UFOs. She's got all her NASA shirts.
Yeah.
She's got her little tinfoil hat. She's ready to roll.
The
She's all
UFOs
excited
are
about
coming. You ready?
I'm sorry.
You're gonna be able to buy one.
Right.
You're gonna be able to
She said she's ready.
buy your own alien. That's what they say.
So ready.
She's got her little bicycle which she can't ride, and she's gonna put a little ET in the front and walk around the street. All right, Miami Historic Vizcaya Museum suffers for funds amid coronavirus pandemic, since they are restricted from events, weddings, and photo shoots. If they do not post the doors. What did you write here? If they do not move quickly, I'm gonna assume that's what.
This.
Okay.
Move past.
Okay. Move past this. All right. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying what you did not write. The doors on the 104-year-old South Florida treasure can close for good. Do you know the Vizcaya?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I think I was looking at that. They have weddings and things like that there. Yeah,
I've done quite a few events there, and let me tell you, so sad. I mean, there's a lot of places, a lot of great things have been closing lately. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Right, but who owns that?
It's supposed to be the city. it's a historic ground, so it's owned by the city.
Right. Okay. So yeah, no, it sounds like a shame, but you know, once we can have events, can't they just
It's
open
just-
it back up?
You know, you got to look at it. It's almost been 6 months. You know, even if they did put money away, everybody runs out of money sooner or later.
Right.
A place like that where it has, you know, groundskeepers, electrical, and a lot of other
Right.
needs.
So there's money. There's an
There's gonna
expense to
be,
maintain it.
of
100%.
course.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's a beautiful piece of property, but
Right.
you know, historic grounds need special treatment. So
Right.
imagine, man,
I agree.
for those that are out there in the event industry or those having a wedding, how do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about any of the subjects that we're talking about? You guys are more than welcome to chime in on this. I would love to hear your opinions. The world's last Blockbuster. You remember Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Yeah. She thought they
No.
were all closed down. All right. Yeah, I had assumed so too. But the world's last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, will soon be up for rent on an Airbnb. They will be offering movie lovers a 90s themed sleepover for only $4 a night.
So what's funny about that? I'm so surprised when you said Oregon. There's the whole joke that like Oregon is kind of like in the 90s. You ever seen that show Portlandia?
I'm not a show watcher.
So
Remember?
there's a show called Portlandia, and it's based in Portland, and it's basically a show that Portland is sort of stuck on the 90s. So when
Okay.
you said that the last Blockbuster
This is
is
the
in
90s
Oregon,
movies.
it's in Oregon. That makes sense. But wait, what? They're gonna rent it on Airbnb?
For $4 a night.
What?
That's so raw, though, man. Would you stay in a Blockbuster?
For $4 a night? Sure. Like
Why
whatever,
not, right?
whatever, you know.
Yeah, but who's cleaning that
Who's
place?
making money off that? Like
Are they going to be
$4?
nice and be kind and rewind? Are they-
You know what I remember from Blockbuster was I used to go in there and play they used to have the little video game section, and you could like play Nintendo 64 like right there on the aisle of Blockbuster.
It was crazy,
that was
man.
fun.
I remember, movie digging. I mean, I think that's where I
Yeah.
got my start on like movies. I had such a massive collection of DVDs and stuff.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I loved it. I grew up on that, going to Blockbuster and going and picking out 3, 4, 5 movies,
Yeah.
and then we keep them for 2-3 days and watch them all over the
2 or
weekend.
3 weeks, and then be late and
Well, we
pay
were
extra
we were
for the
constantly
deal that you
going.
got.
Getting Blockbuster was like a weekly thing, so we were
Yeah.
constantly going back and forth, returning, getting new ones, returning, getting new ones.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like Fridays, you look forward to the new movie that was
Exactly,
coming out.
usually on Friday.
It was so awesome. And then they had Hollywood Videos.
Yeah.
remember Hollywood
Yeah,
Videos?
I remember Hollywood Videos.
Are you back? Did you sell a home? Did you get a lead?
I got a lead, but she's not available right now.
All right.
But she's interested.
There
All right,
you go.
so we'll follow
So
up with
the
her.
info was sent to yours, not.
I got you. I'll send it over to you.
Beautiful. There you go. Hopefully you get that deal.
I know.
It'll be a Pass the Mic podcast deal.
right.
Then you're gonna come back and give me at least
An update.
0.5%.
What about all the commission you're gonna give me?
All right, so 0.2.5. All right, let's get back into this. Experts are showing masks with one-way valves or vents allow air to be exhaled through a hole in the material, which can result in expelled respiratory droplets reaching others.
Wow.
Who are the experts? That's what I want to know. I really do. Like, who are the guys that go, you know what, that mask is those droplets. Let me tell you, those droplets, they're going to get to you, and they're going to get in your lungs, and you're going to die.
So probably the experts work for the company that doesn't have.
Are those the same guys
those
that say,
vents.
like, water bottles are going to give you, cancer, and then the next week it's like, no, they're not, and Pluto isn't a planet? Like,
Right.
who are these people?
Well, I always assume with people like this, it's you're like, right, who are these experts?
Yeah.
It's probably somebody, hey, I'm trying to get into this mass market and I'm trying to sell some other type of mask. So let's put an article out there about how the experts
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get
say
it.
that,
I don't
you
get
know.
it. It's so strange. I thought, like, okay, if you block it, you're gonna get most of it out. Like it's gonna cover 90% of it, but there's still a 10% that could be released. I think a lot of it has to do with legalities. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it is like, we can't say it's 100% gonna fix it, because if there's that 1% of somebody getting hurt, then they're gonna
That's true
sue
too.
us and blah 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 blah. So we got to do
True too.
98%. It's kind of like when you walk outside, it's like, oh, there's a 50% chance of rain. thanks, dude. You gave me a 50-50 here.
That's so true too. That's a liability issue, 100%.
You know, like really, like I was gonna have a wedding, but not today. It's a 50% chance. Am I gonna roll the dice or not? It's like, if I wanted these odds, I would definitely not go to Vegas. At least they give you a better chance. You're gonna win today. Put $1 in, you're gonna win today $1 million. You know, it's crazy. All right, John Wick 5 is confirmed.
That's funny. I was just talking.
You
You
gotta
know they
start.
had to get
You
in
gotta
there.
start.
John Wick 5 is confirmed to shoot back to back with the 4th movie.
What more is there for John Wick to do? I haven't seen the movies yet. I saw part of the third ones, but I need to watch it from the beginning.
Yeah, you got to watch the beginning. It's got a good storyline,
Yeah.
and it's fun. It's action packed. It's kind of like watching Die Hard. Have you ever watched Die
I
Hard?
love that.
So it's kind of the same thing, man. It's like it's got that adrenaline rush. There's a good story plot to it. You know, there's some funny parts in it. It just gives you that all around enjoyment.
Yeah.
And you know, you're expecting like part 2 to suck, and then part 3 to be even worse, and it
And
just
it's-
got better.
Yeah, it gets better.
Right.
It was like, holy smokes, they one up themselves.
Yeah.
That never really happens.
Yeah,
So-
I have no. I love Keanu Reeves too, so I'm not sure why I haven't.
Shout out to
watched
Holy
that
Smokes.
movie. I love Keanu Reeves, so I'm not sure why I haven't caught the movie, but
Yeah.
I gotta catch those.
Where was the movie that did it for you for him?
Matrix. Yeah, Matrix, 100%. Matrix. And they're making another one of those too. So looking
Are
forward.
they?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
yeah, that's filming
no.
already. Yeah.
I'm already worried. You see, I get nervous when they're gonna be making a remake. It's like,
'Cause
I
we
I
don't
think
know
it's a
if gonna go
remake.
either
I think
way.
it's a sequel. I don't think it's a remake. I think it's just a sequel.
yeah. Are you a Star Wars guy?
The original ones, yes. Never been a big fan of the new ones. I still watch them just to watch them, but
Have you ever watched like a whole thing, like the whole series?
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the movies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never
them.
watched the whole.
I watched them all.
I don't think I've ever watched the whole one.
The original ones were good. The newer ones are flashy and I don't know, a lot of craziness. But they're fun movies. They're fun. They're at the end of the day they're fun. They have great effects. But I always just feel like they're lacking something.
They just need that.
They're lacking like you just can't like Luke and Darth Vader in the original ones and Han Solo. You can't. It's the
OG.
There was some magic about that the new ones just don't,
They don't have.
Yeah.
All right. What about
Yeah, I
you?
had to watch the whole series because in Ocala, in my middle school when I lived in Ocala, my TV and video production teacher was obsessed with Star Wars. So that's all we would do in that class, just watch Star Wars.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years, but Carlos got into it recently and he started watching all of the series. So it kind of refreshed my memory a little bit.
Carl's been talking about you.
What's he saying?
What
He
is
says
it?
you're a Netflix girl.
I am a Netflix girl.
He knows you
I
so
watched, yeah, he does. I mean, it's been 9 years, so if he doesn't know me by now.
well. You heard that? You heard that, right? All right. Well, guys, this is the part of the show where we have like a little segment where we get to have a little fun. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. You ever heard
We've
the song?
been having fun.
Yeah, but then you left me.
Sorry.
No.
Hey, my clients come first, okay?
Oh man, you see this treatment? You see this treatment?
I
It was
see it.
probably a call because I put you on the show. You don't even. I don't
High
even
five.
get no. All right, so here's the part of the show. It's called This or That. You guys heard the song. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get, all right, so you guys are gonna do it with me. Ready? On the count of three.
Oh,
One.
no, I'm not singing.
You're gonna do it. You gotta do
No,
it.
no.
All right, what do you mean no?
I'll do the thing, but I'm not singing.
You gotta sing it with us. All right, I'll lead it off, and then you guys follow. Right? You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
I'm not singing.
Where's
Have
the
you- are
buzzer?
you
Where's the- Oh no, that was horrible. That was horrible. Look at this. What is wrong with this guy, man? It's horrible. Did you hear that? No, I feel bad for the people who can't see the show. They're all right, jeans or shorts? Jeans or shorts?
Shorts.
Guys, you guys are online. Make sure you write down your answers. We want to see what you guys have to say. It's a poll: jean or shorts?
I wear
What
a
would
lot
you
of
choose?
I wear a lot of jeans.
Jeans? Why? You don't like your legs?
No, I do. It's just.
Casper the friendly.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm super white.
You're super white.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with being white?
No, it's
I don't know.
just
There's
I'm
this whole
almost
movement where it's
transparent.
like bad to be white now.
I'm like almost transparent, like, so.
You're almost translucent.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Powder?
No.
No? You seen the movie Powder?
Yeah.
There you go. Jeans or shorts?
Shorts.
Shorts.
All 100%.
100%. Why?
Because, you know.
You like your legs? You got good calves?
Well, I've been told I have very
Do you
nice
comb
legs.
over your
I've
leg
been-
hair?
No, I've been told I have nice legs, but like my calves. But
Watch out.
I think I always think my calves just came from like one time somebody asked me, "Do you have a tumor?" Because like it looks like, and I'm like, "No, that's my calf. It looks like a tumor in the back of your leg."
We lost Sandy. She's done.
So-
She's gone. She's out.
I walked to school. I
This
grew
guy
up.
is
I grew up.
jacked,
I grew
bro.
up in Puerto. I grew up in Puerto Rico, and in Puerto Rico, I had to walk to school, and it was a far walk. So I think my calves developed from that.
Caminando como caballo aquí, man.
So,
Even the frogs walking by would go, "Coqui, coqui." Oh man! All right, so he's the calf boy. That's it. Got it. That's it.
calf boy.
That's it. That's gonna be your new nickname at the office. You'll see.
Yeah.
When everybody goes back, hey, what's up, calf boy?
Anybody-
Everybody listening in right now. All right, Sandy, what would you do? Jeans or shorts?
Shorts.
Shorts?
You do wear a lot of shorts.
They're so comfortable.
They are, especially when it's hot. But jeans, they look nice with a nice blouse, some cute sandals, and out the door.
Yeah, and especially if you're translucent.
There you go.
You're
I don't want
transparent.
to. I don't want to distract people with my white legs.
Okay, got it. You want
Eddie.
them? You want them looking up here, not down there.
Yeah,
Eddie,
I'm
jeans
here.
or shorts?
Jeans or shorts for me? Shorts, all day,
Why?
because I have cankles. I want people to ask me about my cankles. And then I walk next to this guy and it's like, oh, he took his ankles. He took his calves. He's got no calves because he took them. Are you guys related? No. No, it's just, some are blessed in other areas. That's it. Mine is my belly. I get to eat a lot. So, yeah. Shorts for me, I just find it to be more comfortable. Wear Miami.
Yeah.
Wear Miami. I used to love
Sure.
wearing jeans. I like wearing jeans going out. For the same reason you wear, I get to wear my sandals
It
with my
was
jeans.
presentable.
I'm gonna be that weird guy. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. All right, don't wear jeans and sandals. It's not cool. Okay, guys. Just
Yeah,
no.
don't do
No,
that.
don't do
No,
that.
It's not-
jeans and
it's not
flip
cute.
flops.
It's not cute.
No.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Not
No.
cute. All right.
They told you already, huh?
All right. Slacker or overachiever?
I'm gonna have to say I'm an overachiever.
You're an overachiever.
Yeah.
All right. And then Zillow calls again.
Yeah. I feel like I do good, but not good enough. So I'm always pushing myself to just
To go more and more and more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, overachiever, 100%.
Would you?
I would say I'm an overachiever. I'm always trying to improve and trying to get better. But that being said, when there's time, like I try to, I wouldn't say slacker, but just relax and chill time.
Wind down. All right.
Yeah.
Would you say anybody else would disagree with you guys?
I don't know. Let's see if they chime in.
Is it-
I mean, at my old job, they would always tell me, Priscilla, the overachiever. So
Carla says shorts. Michael says shorts for the girls. Smiley face, happy hearts. Haha, creeper. Jose says shorts. Maylene says show us those legs. Bow chicka wow wow. Bow chicka bow bow.
you don't have one of those thingies? One of those sound effects?
This is what's gonna happen later.
A few moments
later. you're gonna pull them out and you're gonna start showing them off.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Oh, Maylene, you're gonna have to join Michael. He's the other creeper in the. All right. Anybody on YouTube saying anything? Nobody on YouTube saying anything. Guys, you guys are more than welcome to comment. We want to see. I'm gonna give you shout outs. I want to know why. Sandy, what about you? Slacker or overachiever?
I'll say overachiever, even if it takes time.
All right. You can answer mine. It's simple.
Overachiever.
By a long shot. I don't think I'm a slacker. I mean, I have my moments. Don't get me wrong. I'll sit back and just be like a bum, I'll binge like a movie.
Hey, we all have our moments.
All
That's
right.
your creative process.
That's my creative process. Exactly.
Mhm.
Usually my creative process is when I'm pooping. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Black and
Pass the
white.
mic.
That's
I'm,
where
this is,
the
I'm
genius
transparent.
ideas
Well,
come.
damn.
I'm as transparent as her legs. That's
when we can't figure out a problem, he'll be like, Give me a second.
I'm gonna go poop.
Yeah, I go for walks. Walks usually help me do that.
No wonder your calves are so big.
Yeah.
That's
go
what I
for
got.
walks,
That's the
man.
secret, Sandy. I'm sitting when I should be standing.
There you go.
I'll poop standing up. That's what I gotta do. I'll just like when I gotta go, I just squeeze my calves and it's.
Just know you gotta clean
Where's
that up.
the? Oh, it's over here.
You okay?
What?
We've been on this segment for only like 10 minutes. You gonna make it? Overachiever,
Here.
she says. Ha!
Number 5. Right now.
All right. Create history or delete it.
What?
Create history or delete it.
Create it.
It's not gonna change the page.
But you're not on the
No
right
matter how
page.
many
But
times you
you're not
change
on-
it, it's still the same question.
You're not on the right page.
You mean I'm not on the right? This or that segment?
You put me here, and I'm over here.
I didn't even touch the paper.
Yes, you did.
You a lie?
Nuh-uh.
All right, we'll see
It's
when
recorded. We'll go back.
All right,
Create it.
you create it.
Yeah.
Create history.
Yeah.
You wouldn't delete it.
No.
No? You're
Why?
good with everything that happened.
No, but it's what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It happened. You live. You learn. You
I
grow.
like the answer.
Yeah, create history 100%. I would never delete history. I think whatever happened, that's what makes you who you are today, obviously.
Ooh, that's the same
So-
answer I was gonna give right there. Boom.
Ditto.
So
Yeah.
it makes you
Yep.
what you are. So you create history, make moves. What?
I look down in the comments and Michael every single time. Where's Sandy? I want to see Sandy. He says, tell Sandy the creeper says hi.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, that's so funny. Show us those legs. All right. Overachiever, create history. All right. Those are some of the answers there. Guys, type it down. Type it down. You guys are all quiet. There's a lot of watchers. Man, there's a lot of creepers out there just watching the show, huh? Is that what's
Especially
going on?
on YouTube.
It's
Everybody's
weird,
quiet.
man. It's quiet. Don't be afraid. Just type in. Type it in.
There's
All right.
no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer. That's right. Only the answer you don't give. That's the wrong answer.
There you go.
Paper cut or step on a Lego.
Why are y'all looking at me?
Yeah.
You're the first one in the.
I'd rather have a paper cut. Have you stepped on a Lego before?
I stepped on a Lego.
Oh, I don't know. This is a tough one. Really? Have you had a paper cut before?
Yes.
She's a masochist.
Stepping on a Lego hurts a lot.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
a paper cut. So
They're right there.
I'm gonna
but I
give you my
think
answer when I'm done.
The Lego. Is,
I'm gonna go step on a Lego. I hate paper cuts. I'll step on a Lego. It's cool. It hurts, but it'll go away. I feel like a paper cut lingers.
okay, that's a good point of
This
view.
guy's
There.
smart, man. I like this guy. I like this guy. All right, Sandy.
Paper cut.
Another
See?
masochist.
It runs in the family.
Yeah.
I could survive out through paper cuts. When filing, I used to get a lot of them. Step on a Lego, no. That
How
hurts.
often have you stepped on a Lego?
Well, with my nephew, he had a whole bunch of Legos, so.
So it happened once.
No, a couple times.
Oh,
Mm,
she's
I
got
have a 3.
PTSD from a Lego. That's crazy. For me, it would be step on a Lego. For same reason you chose.
Yeah.
Paper cut lingers. It'll last for days.
Yeah.
Why? I could just step on it, get it over with, and move on with my life. And then I'm cool, you know. Like if I wanted to build another Lego and I'm missing a piece, I just pull my foot out and just put it there, and I'm good to go. The imprint is already there, ready. It's ready, set, go.
Right.
Good
You see?
perspective.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, when
Use
they
what
put
you
it that
got.
way.
You got a paper cut, you could be bleeding to death. You know what I mean? Like it's horrible. And then you gotta sit there and lick it, and then that's how you catch COVID. That's how it happens. You didn't know,
What in the world?
bro?
That escalated quickly.
That's because y'all masochists. I don't know what to tell you. All right, Siri or Alexa?
I'll go first. Man, I've always been a Siri guy, but I don't know, man. I think Alexa is doing pretty good right now. So my girlfriend has she has the Alexa all set up throughout the house. So lately it's just been like, Alexa, do this. Alexa, let me know about that. Alexa, play the music. Alexa, lower the volume. Alexa, not
need-
that low. Put it up higher. So I'd go Alexa.
I
Alexa's
need
good.
an Alexa in my life then.
Alexa?
No, I've never used it, so I'm gonna have to stick with my girl Siri. But that sounds
You've never had an Alexa.
no.
You don't have the experience.
Mm-mm.
Sandy?
I haven't had an Alexa nor Siri. I don't like her.
Look,
She just-
Siri.
Yeah, she hasn't had a.
She has the form. She has the foreign Siri. She has a Siri. It's Joe Dirt. It's not Joe Dirt. No, nothing. You guys never seen the movie?
No,
See,
that,
this-
that reference I didn't
My
get.
goodness. You never seen the movie Joe Dirt?
Probably like a really long time ago, and I don't remember. I know what's
My
the guy's name in that movie? The skinny guy from the skinny white guy. I forgot his name. Oh, I know who he is,
Mhm.
and I've seen his show. I used to watch his sitcom,
Okay,
but I can't remember his name.
that's cool.
But yeah,
It's all right. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
Joe Dirt. Aren't they making a remake of that too? I think they are.
I heard that they are.
Yeah, everything's getting remade.
Yeah, because they got nothing else to write about. Whatever they were going to write about happened in 2020. That's what Stephen King has nothing to write. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. 2020's got me beat. I went from #1 seller to who knows me. So, Sandy, is it a Siri or is it
I'm gonna go with Alexa.
Alexa? And you've never used her?
I've
Is it
used
the
her,
name?
on
What is it?
Amazon, I think, right?
Amazon? Yeah,
Amazon
don't worry about it.
Music.
Just keep guessing. You might get it right.
Can you use her on Amazon Music? or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's an Amazon product.
Okay, so yeah, I've used her there. I like her.
You like her. All right. Alexa. For me, Alexa. Yeah, it was easy for me.
Siri kind of sucks. Honestly.
No, it's Siri. You didn't know.
Oh.
Just in case you didn't know. I'm gonna correct everybody from now on. Like you're gonna go to your phone, hi Siri, and it's gonna look at you and be like, who is this? All right. Let's see. Create history. Step on a Lego. Wow, Joe Dirt. That was awesome. I don't know what they wrote there. I can't even read. That she was probably trying to talk into Siri. Let's see. Nothing on you. What is going on? Do I have to like refresh my YouTube? What's going on here? No other comment? Come on, guys. You guys on YouTube. You get a whole bunch of watchers and nobody's typing anything. All right.
You had Lissandra Morales say Vic on fire.
Is that on Twitch?
YouTube.
YouTube? Oh, you're on fire.
No. Yeah.
Must have been the Cavs thing. All right, plan or go with the flow.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I would say plan. Yeah, I would say plan. Planning is overall, but I just say go with the flow is also important because sometimes you got to go with the flow because you could plan, but there's might be curveballs thrown at you that screw up your planning and things like that. And then sometimes when that happens, you got to go with the flow. So-
Carla, the comments on YouTube are not turned off. Refresh your page. They're on. I promise. That's why people are commenting. Just refresh.
Well, I think mostly when we go on like vacations or getaways, we just kind of go with the flow.
Oh, Stefania disagrees with you. She says, plan if it's Scylla.
Well,
Laugh out
now
loud.
when I'm with Carlos, he likes to
Just go with the flow?
Go with the flow.
Oh, like when I go on vacations, yeah. Like I don't like to. I'm not a big planner when I go to vacations. I like to explore, and I enjoy that. So sometimes I've gone on vacation with people, and they're like, "All right, what are we doing today?" Just getting in the car and we're going. Like where? Like just gonna go. We'll see where the road takes us. But we're like in this foreign country. I don't know this area. No, it's okay.
So
we'll
you
just figure it out.
got Dora and Diego over
we
here.
might get murdered, but it's okay.
Can I be the
So,
monkey? Boots? Is that what his name is? Boots?
Yeah. So I took a trip to Puerto Rico last year, and we drove by, and I saw this like abandoned building far out. I'm like, let's go there. Let's just drive over there and see what's over there.
That's how people get killed in these movies.
I almost actually got lost out there and got stuck because my car, the rental car, broke down while I was on a road where nobody was going to
And
be
you
on the
just
road.
went to the magical, mystical house that just showed up, huh?
And in the middle of
Was this during 2020?
nah, this was 2019. Yeah.
That's why you survived.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why you survived.
And and all of a sudden, while my car, the rental car broke down, it started thundering, raining,
Oh my god.
Oh, let's just add more to this scene.
and it was like 5:50, and it was like a little park where like a gate automatically closes at 6. So once at 6 p.m. it would close automatically. Like,
So
So
666.
somebody had to come.
Dark
We
cloudy
were
night.
rescued. I was literally rescued. That's what I get for going with the flow and not planning. So, but it was
If you
fun.
would have planned to put gas in the car, you would have made it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what happened. Now I remember. We ran out of gas. But no, I forgot why the car shut down. We ran. No, we ran out of. So this was like in a remote island where like there's no fancy cars there. The rental cars are like old Jeeps, old cars, and the thing that says gas said that it was full on gas. And and after a few days of driving, I'm like, it still says we have a full tank of gas. And I'm thinking, well, that might not be right, but well, this is a really small island, so maybe we haven't really used that much gas, and it's really still full. No, we ran out of
And
gas.
next thing you know, it's thundering lightning, and the Coast Guard is coming to rescue this guy.
That's close
kind of
to
what happened.
That's close to what happened.
Oh man, he was in a magical, mythical place.
And it was thundering, and I hate thunderstorms. So
You sleep with a nightlight?
I hate thunderstorms. I just always feel like I'm gonna be the guy to get hit by lightning. Like
You'll be that
I'll be that
1%.
unlucky.
It's
Yeah.
the hair. It's the hair. when thunder comes, it goes into an alfalfa.
So,
He's like, my lightning rod is up. We gotta go. All right, Sandy.
gone.
She's done. We lost Sandy again.
Oh, man.
There it is. Here, this was for you, Sandy, or not. All right, Sandy. Come on, tell me.
I would say go with the flow.
Go with the flow. I can see that. I can see that. Go with the flow. Yeah, definitely. I can see that. For me, what am I? I would say I'm a planner that goes with the flow, but I can't choose both. So initially, I plan. So I'm a planner. I'm a planner. Definitely a planner. I like to strategically find out where I'm going to go, and then obviously go with the flow at that point, because that's where I do my most creative thinking, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, mind blown.
You go with the flow. Don't try to force things.
Mind blown. All right. Apartment or house? Oh, a real estate question.
See what I
Dun
did there?
dun dun. Where's the dun dun dun? I lost the dun dun dun. We'll just do a boxing.
First a minute.
All right. Apartment or house?
I would say if it's an apartment, looking at the beach, very nice condo.
Hmm?
But I think a house. I have a 3-year-old. She needs a backyard. So,
Okay.
Something
Alright.
with a pool. That would be nice.
Nice. Bingo. All right.
Yeah, I'd go house 100%. Yeah.
House
I mean, I
100%.
think it depends on, you go through stages in life. So
Yeah.
right now, I'll definitely say I'm at the house stage.
House
So,
stage.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sanders.
A house.
House. Why?
I've lived in apartments, so I know the feeling of living in one. So I
Mhm.
would prefer just to have a house or like live in a house.
Do you want one of those new houses that are like really close to each other, or do you want like a house with like your own little swing set and
Yeah.
a sandbox
Sandbox.
where there's sand for
So she
Sandy?
can- so they can say, Sandy.
Yeah, definitely like separated and not so close. I don't like the
Close
that are
homes?
So close.
Yeah.
House. I mean, we've already been through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
We'll get you a duplex.
I'm a country boy.
We're
I'm a
gonna get you a
country boy.
duplex.
You can give me a duplex? I'd
So
buy
you're
one
gonna do-
outright instead. This is better. Just buy one outright, make the investment initially, make that money back, use that to live off my country boy house. I like that idea. I really do. That's
You see?
for those of you that missed that in the beginning. Make sure you watch the show afterwards.
Well, you said you live in the Redlands, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
yeah. I'm a
you
country
like
boy.
land.
Yeah, I'm one of those that would live off the grid, but need like some of the grid necessities. Like, I don't mind generating my own power, but it's nice to have your own power.
Yeah.
Well water doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. No.
Softeners, all that stuff, and fix all that stuff. And most of the time, if you can make your own fresh water, it's better than what the city's gonna give you. It's
Right.
chlorinated a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, I would much rather just live my life living off my land. I find it so much more rewarding
Right.
and nice, and you have so much more creative freedom. Like, you wanted a pool, I can have a pool and a lake. You know, I can live in a rural area where there's a creek or something. You know, I can have my own animals and do whatever I want.
And you can
You're
add
fine.
on to your house too.
Exactly.
So if you buy a house how it is now,
You're
you know,
stuck.
you live there for a few. Yeah, if you have no land, you can't add. You could add. You know, let's say you buy a house, it doesn't have a garage. I can add a garage. I can add in a whole nother section with another
Exactly,
bedroom.
and you can build the garage the way you want it.
Exactly.
So for me, I like the creative freedom. Plus, the only thing in life that does not depreciate is land.
100%. Problem is, in South Florida, there's not much of it left. So.
Yeah, but you can always buy on the water. That's what they made islands for. All right. Win the lottery or live twice as long.
I'm just gonna go with win the lottery.
Win the lottery.
Because living twice as long, am I gonna stay 27 twice as long? No, I'm gonna age, right?
It's whatever you want it to be. The question isn't. It doesn't come with like a bunch of, theories behind it. It's just you get the box and you pick this or that.
I'll go with win the lottery.
Win the lottery. All right. Money hungry. She takes my money when I'm in need.
That's a tough one. Man, it's a tough one if you really think about it.
You can win the lottery and die
Because
the
if
next
you
day.
because you live twice as long, there's just so much you can do. There's just so much more life you can live.
You can win the lottery and die right then and there.
Well, geez, when you say it like that, I
That's
want to live
tough,
twice
bro.
as long.
That's tough.
Yeah, I would say if I get to live twice as long, obviously not as an older, if I don't age, and age in proportion to how I'm living twice as long, then I would probably go with living twice as long. It gives me more time to see the world and enjoy family, enjoy, all the things that make you happy in life. Because winning the lottery, trust me, I mean, at least I like to believe money doesn't necessarily bring you happiness.
No.
It helps you be comfortable, but
Debt-free.
it's not gonna make you happy.
Sandy, please add the violin effect to my sound effects after the show, please.
It doesn't make
Noted.
you happy. It really doesn't. Some people maybe say they feel it does, but it
You're
doesn't.
looking for
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
Trust me, man. I've made, in real estate, I made a lot of big commissions, and it just goes into the bank, and it's whatever. Like, what makes me happy is, getting a letter from my client saying, hey, we love this new home, or getting a picture after the closing saying, hey, look at my, look at how my daughter set up her room. Clients will send stuff like that, and that stuff that makes me happy. So I just know, as winning the lottery, I mean, I could do a lot of good and I could do a lot of things, but it's not gonna make me a lot happy. If I live twice as long, I can do what makes me happy and do it for twice as long. Sure.
True. There you go. So your answer is live twice as long.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Bingo. All right. Where is it? Come on. Sandy?
I would say live twice as long. You get more opportunities.
Live twice as long.
I call her fortune cookie.
For me, it's live twice as long, because then I have twice as long of chances of winning the lottery.
There you go.
Live twice as long. The only downside for me of living twice as long is to see everybody die that I know.
Yeah.
That's about the only bad part I would see in all that.
Yeah.
You have to watch everybody around you die that you've loved or known.
I mean,
But
yeah, there's a lot to think about with this
Yeah.
live twice as long.
Yeah.
That's true too.
But the good part is I have twice as long to win the lottery and buy a new family. I don't know. Buy new friends. I don't know.
No.
Maybe somehow find a way to buy happiness. That gets a ding, guys. That gets a ding. That gets a ding.
Sure.
All right, we're at the final segment of Pass the Mic. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Make sure you guys log on to YouTube and follow us, subscribe, hit that like button, and share with all your friends. We got a really funny one that I just dropped not that long ago. It has to do with those of you that are working out. I've been trying to get my swole on, trying to build my calves up to. So I've learned something new
You're
on the
never gonna
show.
live that down.
I gotta walk more. And And basically, yeah, it's interesting. If you're ever taking a detox shot, take a look at it. It'll make you laugh. Share it with your friends.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
All right, some fun trending questions. Basically, what's going to happen right now is I'm going to ask you guys some fun trending questions, and you guys are going to answer them, and we're going to move right along, and we're going to end the show, and then you'll be able to go pee after the show because of all the shakes that you guys have had after this. What's the funniest thing you've done while your mind was wandering? Oh.
That happens to me all the time.
All right, hit me. Come on. I want a funny. Give me a funny.
No, go. It happens to you all the time.
What's the funniest thing you've done while my mind is wandering? Just probably I reiterate things, or I reiterate something that already happened, and I'm trying to do it again. Everybody's looking around me like, we already did that. I'm like, no, oh my bad, sorry about that. I don't know.
Your mind's going a million miles an hour.
Yeah. So I'll say like, hey, let me get my phone. Like, I already gave you your phone. I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's not really funny, but I'm trying to think of something. I should have looked at these. Yeah. But my mind was.
He
wandering.
said he was a planner. He was really going with the flow. That's what.
Pretty much.
Priscilla.
I don't know. I've catch myself sometimes that I'll be like,
Caught. Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Just into whatever I'm doing, and then I'm there humming to Baby Shark or something. Or one of my daughters, like,
You
two
imagine
shows.
she's selling a house and she's thinking about something.
Carlos was looking at me once like, what's wrong with you? I was like, my bad.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Sandy's over here taking shots of us. All right. I don't know. For me, I want to say the funniest thing that I've done while I was wandering was actually pretty recent. I was thinking about a bunch of things that I wanted to get done in here, and I told a guy to come and take a look to fix the she's already laughing, to fix the turntable case that I was doing. So I've been wanting to learn carpentry,
Right.
but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hire somebody to do this job. I ended up doing it myself because of this, and I had already spoken to the guy. Like, I already had the conversation with him when he's coming and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking around the office. This is what happens, why I should use the bathroom instead of walk around. I'm walking around the office, and I get the phone, and I call the guy, and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that we spoke about, when you're coming. And he's like, yeah, we already talked about it. You're coming on Monday. And I'm like, we did. My bad, bro. And I hung up, and this one's cracking up. She's like, you totally forgot the conversation you had 5 seconds ago?
That's exactly. Yeah.
And we were just having a conversation on how good my memory was.
Well, that's exactly
Great
that's
memory
what happens
there.
Yeah,
to
I'm
me.
telling you.
Besides
Crazy.
other stuff like putting my shirt, I've put my shirt on backwards before.
And walked around.
Yeah, I literally put a dress shirt on. I don't even know how I buttoned it, but I
Yeah,
had a
I've run
dress
into
shirt on
poles.
backwards.
I've run into poles.
Yeah.
I was walking. See, again, walking. This walking thing is a bad idea for me, man. So I was walking and thinking, and I was looking down at something. I was just thinking, and I look up, and boom, there's a pole right in my face.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
When I fell from heaven? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. You didn't expect that one, huh?
No.
See, the thing is that I'm also quick on my feet. That's I'm sitting, so I'm thinking. All right. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life?
I'd say definitely go with the pause button. Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely
agree.
just pause. Rewind, nah, that's cool.
It is what it is.
Rewind, yeah. But definitely a pause button. You need that. When you're in real estate and you have so much going on, and family and real estate and everything, I would love to have a pause button so I can just pause everything.
Nice.
Man,
You got
that'd
deep,
be,
huh?
that'd be really cool. Yeah,
You got
I
deep.
started thinking about it. I was
It
like,
hit your soul. It hit your soul.
Where's the violin when you need it?
I'm telling you, he was in the pursuit of happiness again. He looked up. He even looked. He even did like this.
I did.
This glaze. There's nothing back here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the door. But he was looking into the abyss. He pulled a Sandy. He was a space cadet all day.
I literally started imagining about a pause, but it's like, man, what if I could do that?
It was immediately he turned into an Adam Sandler movie. Click, rewind, pause. Priscilla. You good?
Yeah.
We lost her, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back right after this. All right, tell me.
Oh,
Pause, everyone. Pause.
No, pause.
Yeah. For me, my daughter, pause, definitely.
Yeah.
There's these moments that I get with her that I'm like, oh, man, this is awesome. I don't want you to grow up anymore. Just
I know.
pause.
Boop. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I end up doing. I go, boop. She loves it. All right. What's the best example of a fake it till you make it? What's your best example of a fake it till you make it?
I don't know. What's the best example of fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like an example like that I've seen or something like that.
Or something that you might have done. Like you faked it and then you made it.
Well, when
This is a good one. He's already laughing. You saw that?
no. Well,
I was walking one day and
I mean, all right. So, I mean, when I first started real estate, you know, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything that I was doing, and I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anything. So, I would tell people like, yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. Like, you're good. Like, you know, like I'm the one that's gonna help you sell your home. I have all this experience, and I'm like, man, I just got my license like 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to tell this person that, you know, I'm the person that's gonna sell your house, and I'm gonna do the best. Which I was, you know, I was gonna make every effort possible because I was so hungry and I wanted to make it happen. So yeah, stuff like that. But I don't do the fake it till you make it thing. Like I don't know. I don't know. I just don't do it.
Did it build character for you though?
Did it build character for me?
Like, did you learn from that experience? Like, man, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, everything went well,
Right.
but
it's a lot of pressure.
But I just think so. There's a lot of people that do that fake it till you make it thing, and I don't know. I'm just an individual that doesn't believe. whatever everybody else does, I just try not to be in with that crowd. I try to be different. So I don't fake it till you make it. I'm a very simple guy, you know, like just
long walks.
Yeah, just long walks, just pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, pursuit of happiness. And
so
as long as the day is clear and there's no thunder or lightning,
right? Yeah.
All I need is gel for my hair, and
yeah,
you know.
But it's Miami, so we're in South Florida, so there's a lot of people out there, you know.
About you?
I don't. Yeah, no. It doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for you?
No.
Because you already planned ahead.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fake it till you make it. I think society has brought that out a lot.
Yep.
I think that's a big thing right now, especially like social media and stuff like that. I think that there's a certain persona you have to appear to in order to get to where you want to go. And
Yeah.
I think there's multiple ways to skin a cat. Not that I would suggest you skin a cat, but
No, but
you understand the reference is, I don't want Peter to come after me.
And sometimes I understand, because sometimes I feel like there might be opportunities, and you know, sometimes you got to do a little bit of, you know.
Yeah, there's sometimes that, you know, you have to kind of put a persona on so that you can get to the position that you want, and then show your true colors. I think that sometimes you have to do certain things that you kind of don't want to do. I've kind of been against it a lot lately.
Yeah.
I've been against it a lot. Even like when people disagree with me, the only thing that I'm really concerned about is culture canceling. Culture cancellation is a real thing right now, and it's horrible. And so that's the one thing that I'm really watching out for.
What exactly is that?
So you ever seen, like, for example, the thing that happened in Goya?
Oh, like that. Yeah.
Okay,
like,
so basically they stated their opinion, or they did something,
and now
then everybody's against them for no reason. They don't even know why.
Yeah.
Or the bandwagon followers, etc., and they have no idea why they're doing what they're doing just because. That's culture cancellation.
Yeah, that's a trend. I've seen a lot of that. And
yeah,
I mean, I think it's just people are just so focused on the negative, and if you don't agree with my views, then I want to cancel you. I want to get rid of you. So yeah, I mean, I think we need to coexist, and as long as, you know, you're not hurting anybody, or you're not, you know,
right.
But we live in a world where it's like, if you don't have the same opinion as me, then
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Or yeah, I hate that. I really dislike that. I think people should have opinions, and you should listen to them. To be honest, even if it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a joke here at PTMP.
Right.
The listeners are the crazies, and we're the crazies, and the guests and whatever. But there
Right.
are some people that you consider, oh, they're crazy. You know what I mean? But there might be something that they say that's underlining that makes you think, and that's the important part, for you to think and go, you know what, I should look at this objectively. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I should really think about it as, what if they're right, and then be able to articulate as to why I disagree.
Yeah.
And if they're good at listening, then they'll be able to articulate and go, you know what, maybe I'm looking at something differently.
100%. What I would add to that is, when you're looking at things, look at both sides of everything. Like I watch, like when it comes to politics, I watch CNN and I watch Fox News. I listen to both sides, and I think too many people, they don't, instead of wanting information, they want affirmation. They just want to be affirmed that what they think is right is right. So
Correct.
So people, if you're conservative, you just watch Fox News.
Correct.
And if you're,
Yeah.
and
What
that's
do you
all
learn?
you watch.
What
And
do
if
you
you're
learn?
on social media, you follow the pages that just affirm what you believe, and just try looking at both sides of things and get information. And
I
then
felt
make
like that
decision.
about a lot of things. Like some people are like, oh, I'm and we normally don't talk about religion and all that stuff on here, but like some people they're born Christian
Mhm.
and they'll die Christian, and they don't look at anything else, and you really
Right.
don't know what you like until you've experienced it all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to look at it subjectively.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it that I do dislike or do not like, or what is it that I do like and why? You know what I mean? And look at the big whys, because a lot of times there's certain things that you may like on the other side that you don't have, that maybe you can make your side even better. You know what I mean? Even if you're like strongly opinionated about something, you can always learn something new. And it was like you saying earlier, always educating yourself, always, keeping fresh material, going back and, watching the same video again and again and again until I get something that I didn't get from the first time. Maybe I've matured differently today. Maybe I've learned how to learn something differently, and now I can find that little piece that I was missing.
And that's how you grow as a person too.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
When was the last time you face palmed?
A few moments ago.
Face palmed. Oh, probably every day. Every day. I mean, all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, probably last night after I ate an extra pizza that I shouldn't have eaten, but it was keto friendly. But it was
Don't worry, bro. I wasn't worried for you.
but it was still too many carbs.
Thank you.
So I was
Thank
probably
you.
like,
Yeah, he had a keto friendly pizza. Un poquito de todo. For those of you that are not Hispanic, listening from other countries, that is a little bit of everything. All right. If a celebrity narrated your life, who would you want to be the narrator?
a celebrity.
Dun, 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 dun,
Where's
dun,
the a
dun,
few moments later?
dun, 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 dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What celebrity would I want there? I don't know. I mean, there's a name that comes to mind, but then I try to think. So the first thing that comes to mind is Morgan Freeman, because he has an amazing voice and he's amazing for that. But I'm trying to think, is there anybody else?
Eddie G.
That would be interesting. But you're not.
There was one day he was walking down the street. As he was walking, his calves began to flex. A lady glanced and looked over. He had his hair right and his walk right. He wasn't thinking. He was looking down, pondering, what's today going to be like? Victor thought to himself.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like it. All right, I'm gonna choose Eddie. Eddie G.
Eddie G. God, I beat Morgan Freeman. The pursuit of happiness. All right, Priscilla, who would it be?
I don't know. I really like Will Smith, so I think I would.
Will
choose
Smith.
Will
Good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. You know who would be
Should
the
be
guy I
funny.
would choose? Man, I'm having a brain fart of who his name is, and people are gonna kill me for this. I just have this thing with names. I don't know what it
Where
is.
is he from?
He was
White?
Darth
Black?
Vader.
Oh, the original Darth Vader?
Yeah, the original. I forget his name. He was also The Sandlot, a million other movies.
Yeah.
Heavyset, black guy.
I know you're talking about.
Man, somebody help me out. I know if you guys are listening.
Is he still alive or he passed away? He passed away.
I think he passed recently.
Recently.
Not too long ago. I believe so. But
But
his
he
voice
has a great voice.
Oh,
Is
my
it
Yeah.
gosh.
Earl?
Thank you, James Earl. Thank you,
James Earl.
James
Thank you,
Earl.
Google.
Yep, that snitch.
Yeah, man.
She's such a
He's
snitch.
got a great voice too. He's up there. He's up there with Morgan Freeman, 100%, or maybe even better.
Yeah, I love his like deep raspiness. You know, his voice is so cool, man. Morgan Freeman is great. He's the quote unquote voice of God.
Yeah.
Ever since he did Bruce Almighty and all the other stuff. I mean, I think Morgan Freeman's great. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. But his voice is just
Yeah.
legendary in my book. Like,
I would agree.
What about Joe Cruz?
Joe Cruz, man, I love Joe. Joe's awesome. Joe's the voice of our show. He's also, if you ever listen to Power 96 or any of the other radio stations,
Mhm.
he is the VO. He is the person he was on our last episode.
Okay.
And his voice is epic. It's really cool. He's got that little growl too, that little, just not
Right.
as deep, not as I guess theatrical.
Right.
You know, he's got that radio personality to him that's really, really neat.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard him. I'm not sure who it is, but if I listen to Power 96 all the time, so I'm sure I've heard him.
Yeah. He's power.
Oh yeah. Of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
you know,
Okay.
he's got that legendary,
Yeah.
like really, really cool voice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of synth and stuff to it. So, again, there's some tweaking to his voice to get it to where you want it to
Mhm.
like. But, what's his name again? See, I have a thing with names. Sandy,
Who?
his name,
James Earl.
James Earl. Thank you,
Okay.
James Earl. His voice is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Yeah. I think that's the reason I like when you listen if you ever watch The Sandlot, like
Oh yeah.
those parts of the movie where he talks at the end, it's
his
just
laugh too. His
Yeah.
It's so awesome. It's amazing. What topic would you spend hours talking about? What celebrity would narrate your life?
I can definitely talk about Adeline all day.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's Axandi. She's something else.
I know what you're gonna say, Victor.
Huh?
I know what you're gonna say.
What topics can I go on and on about? I know what you think I'm gonna say. Probably no. Let me think of something else.
No, don't change it because you know that we're gonna say that. Don't change
I
it.
know. I
Don't
think, but
change
no.
it.
But you'd be surprised. I real estate. You know, you talk a lot about it, but at some point, it's like,
Hours and hours on. If you have to think about it, it's real estate.
yeah, it's real estate. fine. Yeah. It's real estate.
Yeah. Sandy, what would you talk hours and hours upon?
I would say like graphic design,
Just kidding.
marketing,
Marketing, graphic
video.
design. What do you think I would do?
A little
very
bit about
general
everything.
question.
That's a hard question, right? I can go on about anything. pretty much.
Cars,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cars. I can.
music.
I was gonna say
audio.
music. Music. I could talk a lot about music, different artists, and their
All right. So what genre do you like?
everything, man. I listen to everything. I'm a big Mac Miller fan.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of hip hop, but I listen to a lot of country as well. I listen to a lot of old stuff. So
Common thing that we have a lot.
70s, 80s. Yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff, but not everything. There's a lot of music. I discover new
Bhangra,
music.
Punjabi.
I discover new music all the time, which is the great thing about music is you go back and discover so many
different genres.
so many different genres, so many different artists, so many So music is cool because you just always keep growing. You could keep discovering more and more music.
So we had a radio edition last, and we had Joe Cruz and DJ Nino. What's up to them? Shout out to you guys. They were blasting everything that we had going on for today's show. And a big common thing that we've been talking about, we had Kevin Little. We've had off-air discussions with Fat Man Scoop. We're in contact with a lot of other celebrities.
Right.
And one of the common things that we've been talking about is hip-hop. There's been a big, general push. How do you feel, you're a Mac Miller fan. How do you feel about new age hip hop today? Like today's hip hop?
It's cool, man. So me, when it comes to music, I just listen to whatever. If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it sounds so, new age hip hop, it's a big change. It's changing, and some music just sounds good, some music doesn't sound good. I don't know. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like.
Do you find it to be the same split as before, or do you find it like there's more that you liked back then than you?
That's a good question. Man, that's a good question. I never thought of it that way. But I would say there's probably more that I used to enjoy before. I think you're right about that. I would say there's more hip hop.
There was more content back then that was enjoyable versus the content today.
Content today. You know what? That's a great point. I never thought of it that way, because I'll listen to some of the new stuff, and some of it I like, some of it I don't like. But if I think of it that way, yeah, man, I would say there's definitely not as much that I like now. I don't know why. It just doesn't appeal to me. Or
J. Cole fan?
Love J. Cole. J. Cole's great. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, J. Cole.
Drake.
I like Drake, but I'm not a big fan of Drake, man. Every time, I don't know.
Lil Yachty?
Lil Yachty, yeah. Here.
The Baby?
The Baby, yeah. I like his music. I haven't heard his albums or anything, but I like, I like the songs on the radio.
That's good.
Yeah. Drake is cool too. It's just, Drake is Drake, but Drake always makes great music. Don't get me wrong. His music
is
great.
Just lullaby singer.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. I'm in radio, and if I met Drake, I would much props to him and love to him. But there's things that I don't like about his music, but that's okay. That's what music's supposed to do.
Yeah. Like I don't rush. Like, Bad Bunny came into the scene the last few years. Bad Bunny is
sorry.
The problem with I love Bad Bunny. Maybe it's a Puerto Rican thing. I don't know, but I love Bad Bunny. And what? Well, it's good for what it is, for parties, clubs. It's great for that. It gets it going.
Sure.
Whatever. This guy doesn't like Bad Bunny.
Look, man. You know what it is about Bad Bunny is.
That's how I feel. But you probably feel the same way with Bad Bunny that I kind of feel about Drake. But whatever.
No, I like Drake more than I like Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I think Drake has a little bit more diversity than Bad Bunny.
You're gonna see. I think where Bad Bunny is going, I think his music is gonna evolve very drastically now over these next few years. That's where I predict he's going. What's funny? You know what's funny?
It's driving me nuts that he's trying to sing.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see more of that.
I know I'm gonna see more of that. But ever since he did it on the VMAs or whatever.
I think you're gonna try this. I think you're gonna see his music just change a lot. Like if you surprisingly, because I told you I'm a big Mac Miller fan, I see a lot of similarities in Mac, and that probably people will look at me like there's no way you can compare those two, but you can. And if you know how, and if you ever follow Mac Miller since the beginning, you'll realize how his music changed from like rap. I mean, listen to his first album, listen to his last album, you'll be like, these can't be the same two people.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I think Bad Bunny is going that way too, where unless I don't know. There's politics in hip hop, so you got to make music for the radio and music for the clubs.
Yeah, I mean, look.
But I think he's gonna go more singing and more stuff like that.
Look,
or at least I think that's where he wants to do. I don't know if he's gonna actually do it.
You know what, Priscilla? How do you feel about Bad Bunny? I know that you're a big reggaeton lover and cuatón mostly.
I like Bad Bunny. You too.
I do. I like him. I like him a lot. He makes the high people move.
I just think the only thing I think
I bitch I'm not in the car. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
I just think it gets played out. I think Bad Bunny is getting played out.
I'm a DJ. I like the music. I'm engulfed in the culture. I listen to everything from underground, country, bachata, cumbia, cariba, pretty much everything except Mexican music and a few other genres that I can't deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Even like certain house or techno or trance or whatever you want to, electronic music. There's certain genres of that I can't listen to too much of it.
Right.
But in general, I'm very diverse and very eclectic with my music. You've heard it.
Yeah.
Sandy, you've heard it. You haven't. Maybe you have. Maybe when I was on the radio. But there is a thing that I noticed in a trend of music, especially with reggaeton nowadays, it's got this high pitch, low pitch thing. Same thing happened in hip hop. There was a point, you know, Ying Yang Twins had that, and then, you know, you had Little John come on and give you a little bit of his raspiness, and it just gave you that kind of like Bone Crusher, you know what I mean? When you get that deep and then you get that high pitched. Lil Wayne, you know, rapping with Eminem, the big hits. Lil Wayne going with Jay-Z, you know, Lil Wayne had that, you know, and he had that high pitch. T-Pain going with a lot of diverse different types of artists who had the deep and the low. It's a trend in music.
Right.
Also with synthesizers, when you hear something with a violin or a horn, people tend to go towards it. They love that sound, that pitch. It gives people something about it, which is also why when you have a high pitch and a good bass line, it's a hit.
Right.
Right? So that's like the secret to a hit song. That's like the secret sauce.
That's the secret sauce.
Right? So Bad Bunny, I understand why he's popular. I don't understand lyrically why some people gravitate to him. That's my problem with Bad Bunny. Lyrically, he doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't appease to me. Okay, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's hard to understand what he's even saying sometimes. So that bothers me artistically. Okay.
Right.
If I had to critique his music, but who am I to critique? I'm not an artist, right?
Right.
I'm just a DJ who plays to the crowd. But at the same time, I'm allowed my opinion because I listen to all kinds of music.
Right.
So,
So that's a good thing. You understand how certain music, because of the pitches and everything like that,
Yeah.
it's appealing and people like it. I think it's
Correct.
something in our brains that just likes that. That's why sometimes if you listen to the radio, you'll kind of hear the songs kind of sound similar.
Very, very similar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like any Anuel or
they-
Ozuna song,
you-
you
they-
can get confused. Like you're like, is that Anuel or is that Ozuna or is that Farruko?
'Cause
I'm not sure.
I think that music is like sort of, they know what our brains are
Yeah.
like. So when you, but then you're trying to take it into the lyric now, lyrically, like
Yeah.
I accepted that not just to make great music, you don't necessarily have to make great lyrics.
I'm not saying that he doesn't make great music because obviously it works. What I'm saying is, for me, I'll listen to his hooks and his punchlines and his stuff, like, or his little segments of the song. But to hear his album, which I've heard numerous times, okay, I've listened to his albums completely from front to back. As much as Sandy would probably disagree with me that she doesn't think I do, I know their album front and back. I have to. Like, I have to know their music. But I get annoyed listening to it. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
it bothers me hearing his music.
Right.
I can't follow a whole album of his. I can listen to him as a feature. I can't listen to him as an artist.
Right.
Right? So like Drake, I can hear a whole album of Drake. Not my favorite, but I can hear a whole album of him.
Yeah.
Right? But you give me an Eminem album and I'll listen to it a million times because
His
lyrically I'm going to be just engulfed in it, right? Like
grabs you.
it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Even if he sounded the same, it's just what he's giving me artistically is like,
Yeah.
wow, you know what I mean?
Right.
J. Cole, when he dropped his, he's got a rhythm or a cadence that kind of puts me to sleep sometimes with J. Cole. But J. Cole is J. Cole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can go into a million different artists, you know, so we could talk about music obviously
This is
for
a topic.
hours.
This is a topic you could talk about
Yeah,
for
for hours,
hours.
definitely. And we'll hit the last question here. Oh, what's we're not gonna do the song one. What's something that will always be in fashion no matter how much time passes?
Something that'll always be in fashion.
J's.
Sunglasses.
J's. I don't think J's will ever die. I don't think. Jordans?
Jansport.
Jordan.
Jansport.
Jansport,
Yo,
yeah.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Where's the thing?
True.
Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Oh, man, my battery's dying. Where's the thing? Come on, thing. Come on. Oh, no, that's a burp. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Thing. No, thing. Here it is. Here it is, Sandy.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fashion guy, so I don't even know. I would say clothes, but obviously, like I don't know.
You never know, bro. Banana leaves might be the next best thing. We might revert back. It's 2020. You never know.
We don't know where everything's going right now.
You can go with this or you can go with that.
So,
I think sunglasses are something that are always
Always gonna be
Yeah.
sunglasses.
For sure.
Sunglasses. Yeah, that's a good one. Watches.
Watches, okay. I think watches could actually evolve.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that can inevitably be gone. I think they could put a watch in a sunglass at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
To be honest, I think things would definitely change in that. I think for fashion wise, I think sneakers like J's. I don't think that they're gonna go anywhere anytime soon. I really don't think so, at all. Like sneakers, I think will be a thing for
Yeah.
forever. I mean, even in Back to the Future, they always predicted that it was gonna be like really cool sneakers that tied themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think reinventing the shoe is a tough cookie.
Right.
That's
yeah.
a tough cookie. Sandy, you got anything on that before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right. Well, did you guys enjoy the show?
Loved it, man. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And I wish you guys nothing but success and happiness. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, make sure you add them to your repertoire of your Instagram, Facebook, etc. We have it there on the screen for you. Element Real Estate Group. Make sure you check them out. Is there a website that they can go to as well?
Yeah, elementre.com. Elementre.com.
elementre.com. Make sure you check that out. And of course, this is Pass the Mic Podcast. My name is Eddie G. I'm here with Priscilla C. and Victor V. Victor V.
Yeah, I was wondering. She's
Victor
Priscilla
V.
C. Why can't I just?
You want to be Victor V?
I want to be Victor V. It's cool.
You know what I think about when I say Victor V? You ever seen what is it? Oh man, Despicable Me.
Yeah,
Victor!
Yeah.
He's gonna hit me with a squid gun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pass the Mic Podcast. I hope you guys had fun. Make sure you tune into us each and every Thursday at 2 p.m. Of course, sometimes we have a little bit later show. Big shout out to Orlando, Mr. Idalio. Make sure you check him out on Instagram. He'll be on soon. A comedian here locally grown in the South Florida area. And of course, we're going to be having more celebrities. We're in contact with a lot of new people that you guys are going to be really excited about. Some big names that everybody pretty much knows. With that being said, this is Pass the Mic Podcast. Until the next one, we will see you later. Sandy, hit him with the outro.
Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at PTMP Live, or visit us at ptmplive.com. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your